Party people, Zarthwomp here, and welcome to episode 13 of Danganronpa S. Last time, I was attempting to basically do some Harumaki slash... Kaede x Suichi shipping. Basically, I was trying to do Suichi, Kaede, Maki, and Kaido. However, basically, due to paranoia on my end in regards to how the volume was, I just kept adjusting the volume, and just nothing was right, and it was horrible. It was a mess. I swear, one of the worst experiences I've ever had. I swear, it was like Kibo was haunting me. Kibo was haunting my soul. But anyways, we actually unlocked Monodam's Hope. Yeah, that's right. When you unlock Monodam's Hope after a stream of misery, that's how you know that's the cherry on top. Because frankly, Monodam, he was attracted to my despair, and so basically he's lashed onto it like a leech. So anyways, we're gonna first start off with that. Okay, good. For a second there, I thought basically things were gonna glitch out on my end. Here you go. Fix the screen. I'm surprised you still play that black and white hunk of junk.
Well,
thanks. Okay, I have to prep my Chiaki voice.
Okay, Hajime, jump off the cliff. Jump off that cliff, Hajime. Do us all a favor and just jump off the cliff, Hajime. You know you want to. See that store? It probably has a plastic bag in it. Go in, just grab one of those plastic bags, put it over your head, and just keep it on until you stop breathing.
Okay, got it.
Thanks. It's definitely a little old school, but some people prefer it that way.
are you kidding?
You asked Monosuke to fix something, Chiaki, instead of me?
Yes, I know that his hands are sticky.
Andy, get down, good job of it. How's it feel to have your purpose in life fly out the window? Oh yes, I wasn't even here in the last special story mode, but I came here because I was drawn to it. Your pain is part of my weekend. It is like the frosty cranberry Sprite of my weekend. Chiaki, I couldn't have modified it with a full-color display.
Nope.
No, it's fine. Monodam has plenty of its own charms, and plus, like I said, I didn't want your sticky hands on it. And I know exactly what they're sticky with, Kazuichi, and I know exactly the source, the reasoning as to why said sticky substance ended up on the controller. I know the thoughts behind it, and they are sad as F, Kazuichi. They are sad as F.
Well,
I didn't ask you to fix it because you were playing with the kids and looked busy.
that's right.
So I figured Monosuke might be able to fix it with the power of the wand.
That's right.
The wand is great for making new stuff, but it ain't so great for delicate repairs.
Oh well.
Besides, it's fast for me to handle a simple task like this with my own two paws.
I see.
Huh, I didn't think you were that good at that.
And that's that.
It ain't a big deal. I'm a machine, so I get machines, you know? Just like how I get you, Kibo. And then Masuke just giving Kibo a knowing glance. That is robophobic. Don't let Kibo hear you say that. Those words would short circuit any incompetent robot. I swear, what is it with me and Kokichi? Ending up on the same wavelength half the time. I swear, it's scary. But I swear, just the most noticeable time, the most memorable time that happened was back in, funnily enough, Case 3 of Danganronpa V3, in which basically Kokichi was making note of Angie's cult, and how basically there were 6 students in the cult and 6 students who weren't in the cult, and as such, basically Kokichi's like, okay, we have to team up and take down the student council cult. It's even numbers, we can take them down. But with a skill like that, you could turn this into a repair shop and...
That light just now.
Aw.
Disappeared. I just lightning can strike thrice.
Hey, what? We were talking business. Which man's responsible for this?
Listen.
Going by user events. This is an opportunity. So we just has our balls and cable and bring you back a fragment. Let's trust in them.
You're right.
Right, knowing them, it'll be a piece of cake. And watch how basically this one's just, it's not even gonna be a fight. It's basically gonna be Monodam on top of the roof of Titty Typhoon. He's just gonna be looking down. He's gonna be contemplating what to do. We have to talk him down from jumping off. Monodam, you have so much to live for.
Like what?
Like,
I thought so. Goodbye.
what the? Whoa, what is that? What is it? Stack Attacker? Just some Monodam Stack Attacker? Ooh, that's so cool! The castle's a robot! And unlike Keyboy, it looks tough and capable! And then Kibo walks up to it. I can take it on! I am stronger than it! I'd prefer not to be compared with a building! Besides, I'm way more detailed!
Got it.
I don't know if it's meant my taste either, but it's wild that someone could make such a massive machine.
I'm curious if it has cool features like transformation or combination, or a huge laser beam, or rocket fists, or at least I have rocket fists.
Now I want to see that thing fight up against Big Bang Monokuma. I want to see an epic Danganronpa robot fight between that building robot and Big Bang Monokuma.
Got a minute?
This is no time for daydreaming. It's clearly a case of a Monokub abusing their wand, right? We need to find them quickly and make them stop. We'll be late for dinner if we don't hurry. Yes, Maki, because the giant robot is... Yes, because missing dinner is the big issue here. Not the fact that Monodam is a giant robot that looks armed to the teeth, and that Monodam has a history of basically going on power trips.
Sheesh.
I've got a hunch Monodam is minded. Well, with this castle and all. But where could he be?
I am here.
He became the castle? Here isn't very specific. Tell us exactly where you are. Quickly, Monodam. Use the robot to step on Tenko.
I am right before your very eyes.
I see.
So that's where his voice is coming from. The castle.
Is that a coke in the castle or something? Ooh, man, I want to I Pirate League 2. I want to load Keyboy into the cannon and fire him out like a projectile. Like we were just saying, there's no time. I was in the middle of practicing some new spells. Hey, Monodam, care to tell us why you're doing this? So that everyone gets along.
Because.
If I control the island, everyone would have to work together and be friends.
We are
Forever and ever. Everyone together. Forever and ever. Is this a yandere route? And you're talking to everyone on the island? That's so innovative! But that is just plain wrong! Because I am the yandere of this island, and Sweetie is mine! What was that, Samuki? Baka!
And then Zamugi just grabs a grape juice bottle and whacks Kaede over the head with it.
Now Sweetie's mine! Atua would never permit you to control everyone. This is your opportunity to repent before I take over and control everyone. Oh God, help us all. Don't let Angie near the robot. Don't let Angie take over that robot because you know she would take over this island. She would dominate this entire island and just would go on a rampage. Wanting people to get along is great, but I think you're going about this all wrong.
Right.
That's right. Forcing people to follow is the exact opposite of getting along.
What do you
You
think?
have your own grievances, I'm sure. Why don't we discuss how to resolve them?
Monodam riding Castle's hand. He coming this way.
You wish to talk with me?
You're right.
Of course, we'd all like to get along and spend our time together after all.
And if you want to get along, apologize for jacking my valuable time and send us back.
Jeez.
Miyu, Monodam is open to talking, so could you please bring it down a few notches? I have no desire to talk.
Huh? Suichi.
The castle punched at us! Are you okay, Suichi?
Looks like it. Thanks to you, Maki, you saved me.
Hey,
Don't mention it. Just be ready. It looks like he'd rather fight than talk.
Let's get.
Do not worry. If you do as I say, we will all get along together. Forever.
all of you.
Here it comes. Everyone be careful. Okay. Luckily we have our team. Okay. Yes, I want to proceed with the party. Yeah, Monodam going Super Saiyan. Okay, let's see how well we can do it. Okay, yeah, just punch him. Punch Monodam. Okay, let's see how much health Monodam has. Okay, let's see if we can make this go a little faster. Yes, miss. What type of attack is that? And Monodam is dead. Hooray. At least destroy Tenko before the castle's gone.
My castle.
What?
Being a Monodam's not the castle. Was that my magic? Yes, Inigo, it was your magic.
Your magic was a big help, but if it was Ryoma who stopped the castle.
Yeah.
I figured slugging a few balls in those arm joints would slow it, but talk about effective. Huh, that wasn't that bad. Looks like your 10 skills haven't gotten rusty after all. Flailing my arms was pretty uncool though.
You know?
Monodam, I'm not sure what was going on in that head of yours, but
Right?
if you really want us to get along, can't you trust in us a little?
That's right.
Well said. You wouldn't have to even consider controlling us if you trusted us.
When all is said and done, I guess a robot just can't comprehend human friendships.
Hey, I won't stand for that flagrant robophobia. I consider all of you my friends, you know.
Wait!
Monodam jumped into the sea. I knew something like that would happen. Oh no, if he's not wearing a float, he'll probably never come back up.
Hey guys.
We gotta go out after him. Someone bring me a rope.
We managed somehow.
That is correct.
We're lucky the rescue operation went quickly. Imagine if he had sunk to the bottom of the sea. Atua has spoken. It isn't your time to depart this world. You depart this world when I say you can depart this world.
Why?
Why did you save me? All I did was cause you trouble.
Listen up.
We saved you because you caused us trouble.
What do you mean?
I mean,
It's better to start from a clean slate rather than parting without a chance to apologize, yeah?
Oh, is this Monodam's hope fragment? I still think getting along with everyone forever would be ideal.
for now.
But I must reconsider my methods, for I would fail should I repeat my actions. I will instead attack you all when you are sleeping with the pillow of doom.
It looks like he's calmed down for now, but somehow I'm still kind of nervous.
His concession should be more than adequate. He seems rather stubborn after all.
Though frankly, I'm upset that they did not have it where Korekiyo saved the day with the power of teeter-totters. Seriously, could you imagine just basically just Korekiyo, he launches the girls in the class at the robot with the teeter-totter. Just boom, just launches girls one after the next. He sacrifices them all his sister while saving the day. 2 for 1.
Well, that settles that matter, and that puts our mono cup fragment count at 3, right? I had my doubts when I heard we needed fragments from the mono cups too, but yeah, I'd say it's going well. There's a light at the end of this field trip. My children are finding fragment after fragment. Aw, they're so cute when they try and they're hard at work.
Are you a big creep?
Why the sudden lip? A little sister isn't supposed to talk back to her big brother.
Oh, it feels so good to finally have the Monokuma voice back. I swear, Iris Wilson's voice from Ace Attorney, Grace Attorney, basically was killing me. She was preventing me from unlocking the Monokuma voice again.
Got it?
It's unfathomable to me that you can get any joy out of people finding hope. You've been suspiciously quiet lately. What exactly are you plotting?
Everything! Seeking despair also means that I hope for despair. That is to say, grasping at hope while seeking despair is a natural process.
Are you saying that's why you're participating in this field trip?
You're such a pest. It's like you want me to be scheming something.
Of course I don't, but I know what you are like, so I'm not going to let my guard down.
And you're suddenly acting like you understand me. You're not even my real sister. Mom and Dad adopted you.
You are the one who insisted I was. I never once thought of you as my sibling. Anyway, don't change the subject.
No need to get all flustered. I bet you're the type who eats the strawberry on the shortcake first. You've got to save the strawberry for last. Save the best part for last, you know. Now me, I like the two separate so I can eat as much as either one I feel like.
That's enough! I was a fool for even attempting to talk to you!
Got it?
This won't go the way you wanted to! No one would despair!
This is Danganronpa, Monami. Someone has to spare, otherwise we don't have a series. It's adorable when my children put on a brave face, but when you do it, not so much. Well, now the only time you get to be so cheerful. Well, now's the only time you get to be so cheerful, and now is one of the many times that Zara's mom gets to flood my lines. So get it out of your system, I guess. The roots of despair grow deepest where there is hope. You'll realize that soon enough.
Multiplier 2! Hooray!
Okay, and with that, basically, let's go on. I'm not going to do. I am not going to do Kaede yet because since we did Monodam, I was thinking about basically putting a little more emphasis into basically Danganronpa V3 Case 3. So, anyways, okay, we'll basically buy that. Increase the effective friendship squares because everyone wants to be Korekiyo's friend. Look at Korekiyo with his death mask. That's the guy you want to be friends with. BFFs for life, right? Okay, where is it? Ah, there we are. Good. Okay, develop this Korekiyo card. As fascinating as it is to take up a foreign land, I do wish there were natives to observe. And girls to sacrifice to the almighty Tita Tata for sister. Okay, who's gonna end up on Korekiyo's sacrifice list? Who will be Korekiyo's offense? Okay. We have card, we have experience. Okay, let's go over here. And yippee! 4 card and shop card. Nice. Very nice. Gotta move my stand back for my laptop. Okay, let's go over to the shop. Okay, we got Tiger Scroll, Snake Scroll. Okay, let's buy the Tiger Scroll first. Horse Scroll as per normal. We also can buy the Magic Rod, which I'm going to do. And Hero Undies. Okay, good, because I do not ever trust stealing. Not after what happened not since considering my previous history. Okay, let's go. Event space. This book, and this one as well. All of them contain beautiful reasoning as to why sibling on sibling action is arguably one of the most beautiful and truest forms of love in this world.
Korekiyo, you scare me.
Move my mic down a little. These books would be my recommendation for clothes, hairstyle, makeup, and etiquette.
Thank you.
Thank you, Korekiyo. This is so helpful.
Think nothing of it. Still, I can't help but be surprised. I never considered that cosplayers would have to study the cultural backgrounds of clothing.
No.
This is actually my first time doing so. But a ton of research went into the history and culture of the Japan-South battles I've been into. Research also went into the outfit designs, which really piqued my interest.
I see. Clothing certainly expresses the background of any given area's people. There is great merit in the research of characters in order to truly know and become them. I'm quite pleased to see your interest piqued in my field of expertise. Though frankly, my dear Samuki, you don't know the true beauty of my expertise. For example, Samuki, do you know exactly how you know about the fulcrum? Do you know about the Tita Tata, Samugi? Do you know about the joys of spaghetti and sharing the spaghetti with your sister?
I know that feeling. I could be for any reason in the world. I just want to share my passion. And damn it, Zarkov, you flooded my line again.
Yeah.
I'm glad we think alike, Korekiyo. You patiently explain things to me without turning me away.
I'd never be so cold. I'm nothing but sympathetic for your boundless passions. Plus, I heard you had a sibling complex. Now, I really want to see an event with Korekiyo and Komaru, where basically Korekiyo is like, hello, Komaru.
Oh, hey, Korekiyo, what's up?
I heard that you and I are one and the same in how we view love.
What are you talking about?
Oh, don't play coy with me, Miss Komaru. I know, Miss Naegi, I know exactly what goes on through your mind of how you see your brother in a light different from most. And for that, I truly understand and give you all of my acceptance and love in the world.
Yes.
I trust that you do anything for your passion, for I too am much the same. Speaking of which, Samugi, you mind moving on that red X? Moving a little over to your right.
You mean on that red X over there?
Yes, on the red X. Just stand there for a few seconds while I untie this rope, and you all above Samugi, there's a big piano. Okay, intellect and speed. Correcto is to take on the Naruto speed. Okay, let's head up here. Okay, let's just do some ultra magic. 1 damage and boom, 280. Nice. Okay, we now have okay, that was a nice bit of experience. And 1. Yeah, not game until I get 1 space. Okay, nice. Granted, I would have preferred the speed card, but I'll take what I can get, really. Intellect card. And also strength card. It's at least better than nothing, you know? Okay, let's do this. Okay, let's ultra magic it. Ugh, nice, nice. Okay, the tiger is down. Okay, 600 Jabber coins. Nice. Okay, sorry, just had other things on my mind. Okay, level 3. Gotta move this back a tiny bit. Okay, second island has been unlocked. And let's make a move on. Okay. Sure enough, let's stand on that one. The less I know about these sacred treasures, the better. That Monokuma is such a pest. Treasure hunts are for little kids and people who never grew up.
Jeez.
It truly is absurd, is it not? Atua has never created any sacred treasure.
Considering it's one of Monokuma's activities, perhaps it's not worth worrying over. But it's an act of blasphemy. I cannot condone that, so let's hurry and collect them. But perhaps we can leave them be and simply let Atua strike down Monokuma in retribution. Oh no! Angie got Toko into the cult! Let me guess, did Angie say that Atua was Byakuya? Because I can easily imagine that happening. Yeah, basically just, yes, Byakuya is Atua reincarnated. So, can this ever so convenient two of yours show us where these treasures are?
Atua has spoken. This is to be our trial before graduation.
Speaking of someone who never grew up, not that I expected anything useful out of you. We're hardly pressed for time, so let us search leisurely in between sightseeing and chores. I have reason to believe this task will take some time, so let's pace ourselves appropriately. You make a lot more sense than Little Miss Head in the Clouds Bikini Mile reject.
Swimsuits are convenient. If you get dirty, you can just take off the top and hop in the shower.
That's why you wear it? How slovenly. Yeah, I suddenly feel like we're on the same wavelength. What are you talking about, Togo? Angie actually takes showers.
Nah, I was only joking. Cleanliness is godliness, so I changed clothes appropriately.
Hey now, don't toy with my emotions.
Toko, Atua cannot enjoy your longevity unless you practice proper cleanliness of clothes and body.
Okay, yeah, now I'm imagining Angie's just gonna throw Togo into the ocean. Tell your Atua to mind his own business, although I suppose he has some decency after all.
Yes.
That Atua of which she speaks seems to be worshipped among nature.
So.
In conveying notions of hygiene, one can interpret this as a survival aspect of the faith.
Maybe.
I see. At least someone here makes sense.
It'll be okay.
Simply do as Atua commands, and he will ensure your safety no matter what. And if you go against me and Atua, and by extension Atua, You will die. I will make sure you're dead. I will sacrifice you with iron and steel.
Yes, more speed, more intellect, more fortitude. Okay, let's roll. Let's roll out. Okay, nice. We got 4.
Once again, I am worthless object, a classic line I compare the quote.
Yes.
Right, I feel appropriate while mopping up the beasts.
Bring it on.
Don't come around here no more. Ah, that felt nice. You two seem to be enjoying yourselves. It felt like a toy at first, but then I realized it's essentially a real-life RPG, complete with Dark Swamp flubbing up all my lines.
Here we go.
By my hand, I fell another beast and another. Fascinating. I assumed that technology was still many generations away.
Well,
Battling monsters seems unbecoming of someone of noble blood. But I'm glad to cooperate alongside everyone, and it's proving quite the enjoyable activity. Allowing your fighting spirit to drive you is but a part of the beauty of the human experience.
I see,
Naturally,
yes.
I too am rather enjoying this event.
It's so.
Carefully considering how one can defeat an enemy, reiterating to the highest efficiency.
Excellent.
There's a true sense of accomplishment in that. Mrs. Senguji, my good sir, you frightened me. I'm pretty sure you can put that on a license plate or a plaque, because that pretty much summarizes Korekiyo in Child 3 of Danganronpa V3. Yes, Korekiyo's games is growing smarter and smarter by the second. Korekiyo on the beach. Telling chilling tales on the beach at this hour. Oh, what fun. Oh, yeah, be alone with Korekiyo on a beach at night. That is basically just a bad ending waiting to happen.
this is not funny
Oh
at all.
my gosh. Komaru, Sonia, run. Toko on the other hand, Toko, she's safe because basically, frankly, I don't think Sister wants Toko. Because basically there was a social event in talent development mode in V3 in which basically Korekiyo and Toko essentially they meet up. Toko's in her Jedi Jack form, and basically they pretty much agree that they would not go after each other because basically just they don't really fit the molds for each other, you know. Why do I have to go along with this? I want to go home already. Yes, I love how Toko's the one who realizes that this is a bad idea.
I couldn't just ignore the invitation, and I didn't want to go alone.
Well, it looks like Komaru spied the red flag. Komaru spied that death flag being raised. Strange stories from other cultures sounds fascinating. Surely Korekiyo has some fun ones. Oh yes, this first one's known as the 2x4. The dreaded 2x4 of death. You want to hear the story? There once upon a time, there was a 2x4 piece of wood. And boom, and then just Toko gets hit on the head with the 2x4. And then a girl met Sister. Want to hear the story of the seesaw, Miss Komaru?
I'm feeling a little reluctant.
Nonsense, Miss Komaru. Nonsense, Komaru. Just stand right there. Just stand right there and stand on one end of the piece of wood. Stand on the one end of the 2x4, Komaru. Open invitation to open invitation to hide behind me if you get scared. Offer valid only at chicks, of course.
I wanted my energy. I wasted my energy for this. I am in the mood. See you later.
Oh, come on. At least hear one story while we're all here.
How'd you all cope with the concept of death?
Well,
Some of you may consider death the end of all things, that which ultimately annihilates all.
however,
I have a different take. The souls of the departed live on as spirits. This I know.
yes.
This is a story about my attempt at necromancy. My desire to bring Sister back to life so we can make sweet, sweet, sweet love together.
Whoa, that was terrifying. I knew you wouldn't let us down, Korekiyo, and why were you doing it with your sister?
I didn't do anything. Komaru, is it over? Can I uncover my ears now?
Hey, listen.
No. Now I'm imagining a Komaru and Korekiyo social event in which Komaru basically, she has her medium powers and she starts channeling Sister. Him telling it in his swimsuit made it just absurd, though. Enough. I freaking loved it.
Well,
I am glad. Personally, I have very little interest in telling ghost stories purely to sake curiosity. If your takeaway is that spirits of the departed exist, then my ghost story served its purpose.
Hey.
There, I stayed for one story. I'm leaving now. You don't mind, do you?
If you want to leave even after that hotness, that's up to you.
I see.
I, for one, would love to hear more.
Amazing.
It's fascinating hearing about how other cultures handle both life and death. To do whatever you all please, I'm out of here too.
But
I'm not sure you won't sure what to do. Now, I feel bad for the person who invited me. Hey, I've been wondering just who's the person who invited you anyways? Huh?
What?
What?
Oh, wait a moment.
hey, come
Holy
on.
crap, you got me hanging my chain. I can't freaking remember. Sister invited them. Oh god, did Sister invite them? There aren't many people on this island. If we ask around, maybe we can...
Let's see.
I am not so sure. Just to facilitate this gathering, this may never be made clear. Sister, 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 ooh. Sister, 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 ooh. Sister, 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 ooh.
don't mess with me.
I'm going back. I'm never coming to this beach at night ever again.
Wait, Tenko! What about making bombers on the last day?
Sister, did you get lonely not being able to talk to me? I shall look into this matter at another time. Of course it's Sister. We had to bring Sister into this hodgepodge of madness. Okay, what's our next social event? Or maybe we can go over here. Yes, Korekiyo, use the power of your sister complex. Hurry, Korekiyo, it's all up to you. Boom. All the enemies have been defeated. We have triumphed in the end. Okay, level 6. Nice. Day 10. Okay, let's go over to this one right here.
Hey.
Oh no. Okay. Out of curiosity, is Nanami still alive in this timeline? Because otherwise, Nanami is in danger. Korekiyo will go for Nanami, and Nanami will just get teeter-tottered. Korekiyo, basically, he's going to will himself out of the virtual world to go after Nanami as well as Rantaro's sisters. He's going to go on a sister hunt.
Hey, Buiko, cute blush you're eyeing there. Thinking about getting that as a gift for someone?
Well, yeah.
Yeah, my sister brought me back a souvenir from her school trip, so I figured I'd get her one too. Granted, she threw it at me and yelled and called me a baka, but I know where she's coming from. I know where she's coming from. A gift from one sister. How envious I am.
Well,
It's nothing to get worked up over. Just frozen a single candy.
Ooh, was it a hard candy? Was it a jawbreaker?
What the hell are you going on about?
Nah, that's still real thoughtful. It really shows just how kind of person she is.
I know.
Maybe, but I mean, I can't really get her anything similar in return, you know?
This is bad.
So if I'm gonna buy something, I better put a ton of thought into it, or she might freak out.
Your sister must be fond of you. Perhaps I should too pick out gifts for my sister.
That's true.
Same here. Maybe I should pick up something to give to my little sister the next time I see her.
That is, if you haven't lost her already, as well as the several others.
Like,
Don't you guys travel all over? I'd have thought you'd be swimming in souvenirs.
In my case, she refuses gifts, but perhaps I can gift her something she simply cannot refuse.
how should I?
And me, well, it'll be a while, but maybe one day I'll be able to give her something again.
That's why.
Maybe I'll regale her with my wild high school stories alongside an actual gift.
I see.
I get you.
Damn right.
This shop is all kinds of stuff for girls, so you'll probably be your best bet.
True.
You have my thanks.
Now, that's a protective older brother. I'll take your advice. Thanks a bunch.
Hopefully, Rantaro was talking to Buyahiko, because frankly, just don't even talk to Korekiyo about that. Korekiyo basically is gonna go mad. Oh wait, yeah, he said older brother, so yeah, it would be Fuyahiko. Because Korekiyo's sister's older than him. Okay, next one. What's next on the Korekiyo list of madness? Okay, this one would be the best one to go to.
Hey,
Korekiyo, those books you recommended were a big help.
Sorry.
Korekiyo, those books you recommended were a big help. Thank you so much.
You see.
I'm delighted to hear that. Some of the books were quite high level. I'm curious as to your thoughts.
Why were they talking about brothers and sisters, doing it? They made me realize how little I know, but that aside, I learned a whole lot.
Curious that an idol such as you would take an interest in the origins of classical theater.
Let's see.
Might this be for an upcoming work?
Sorry, I can't talk about it quite yet. But since I may have to consult you for some advice further down the road, you'll be the first to hear about it once I can.
Then I shall look forward to that day.
Beautiful.
I admire your attitude towards your work, Sayaka, proactively pursuing studies in unknown fields.
Idol is truly a dream job, but now and then people look down on it as vapid. I'm just an idol, but I want to put some real substance into my performance.
Splendid. I shall support you all the more.
That's good.
If you're interested, you should listen to my new single that came out last month.
Oh, I would love that. Would you also like to hear my single? It's called Sister.
Oh, okay. What is it?
Sister, 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 oh, oh, 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 sister, 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 oh.
I see, yes.
Indeed, some exposure to modern-day idol worship would surely be of some great benefit to me.
Yes.
And I'm certain my sister would take a liking to your music as well, Sayaka. Yes, Sayaka! Beware, because Korekiyo, he'll bring a teeter-totter to your dressing room next show.
I hope so. If you're interested, why don't you listen to it together with your sister?
Oh yeah, Sayaka, that's what you need for your music. Korekiyo trying to get to first base with his sister while your music plays in the background. Okay, let's get another one. Oh my gosh, Case 3 murders! Case 3 murderer, basically. Yandere nurse versus insane guy with a sister complex.
Thank you for your help, Mikan.
Sorry.
Thank you for your help, Mikan. Anyways, enjoy the beach. It's no problem at all.
Mikan, still working at a time like this. Run, Mikan! Run! Run! He will end you, Mikan, if you're not careful.
Ink! You startled me, but it's just you, Korekiyo.
Yes.
That was not my intention. My intention is to brutally murder you so you can become one with sister. My apologies if my appearance frightens you.
I'm sorry. I don't mean to discriminate against your appearance or anyone's. It's just your complexion makes me worry about your health.
Frankly, that's just the tip of the iceberg, Mikan. That's just the tip of the iceberg. Because no matter how bad Korekiyo may look physically, mentally, it's 10 times worse. I've always had this complexion.
You were going to ask about Mana for me, right? I didn't really do much. She asked me to check the contents of a lifesaving manual, so I did. You can't drown to death in this world, but without proper measures, you'd likely suffer.
Fascinating. You truly are passionate about your work.
Let's see.
If someone like you were to nurse my sister's side, surely she would be quite pleased.
Is your sister sick?
Yes.
She's been in poor health since childhood. Yes, the hospital is practically a second home. Sorry, mucus. As a result, she has few friends. That worries me. That's why I must kill for sister.
I see. And like you said, it'd be nice if I could look after her.
I am
You
pleased.
truly are kind. I'm sure my sister would be delighted simply hearing you say that.
I'm not kind. I just can't sit by and ignore those who have been weakened by illness or injury. That's a moment of weakness, and I must seize it. Because that makes them weaker than me.
I swear, Mikan and Korekiyo just talking. It just makes you wonder which one of the others is going to basically kill the other. I swear. Pardon.
Anyways, being sick, that must be hard, especially having to rely on others. I really do wish I could take care of her.
I see. Yes.
I understand, but I could never ask you for such a luxury as you're exclusively looking after my sister.
Did you change your mind? Did I say something weird?
No.
Not at all. That's simply your imagination.
But your voice literally turned colder. I'm sorry, please don't hate me.
Well, that was special. Rise and shine or sign. Oh, wait. Alright, wait, I don't need to read that line. Okay, goodbye card. Goodbye. Farewell. Okay, 5. Okay, let's lay on this one.
Blue skies, white clouds, clear ocean, a warm sun. And most importantly, happy laughter. This island's so peaceful, it's like heaven.
I see.
Like
yes.
heaven? Well, I suppose there may be some degree of overlap.
Huh? Why the long face, Korekiyo? Do you not like this island?
Of course I don't like this island. There's no sister on this island.
Let's see.
I find it to my liking, although insufficient. I'm in an unknown place with not enough blood relatives to fornicate with, yet the local inhabitants do not exist.
Unacceptable.
Perhaps a better way of putting it is, it's boring as an anthropologist who values fieldwork.
If that's the
I get it. True. It feels a little lonely when there's nobody else here but us.
Perhaps it's because there are no other humans here that it's so peaceful.
For example,
Do you think that even a beautiful island like this wouldn't be peaceful while others were here?
I see.
Large
yes.
populations invite conflict after all. Though without people, ideas aren't circulated and traditions aren't handed down.
A world without good or bad, or a world with both good and bad. And you're saying we can only choose one or the other?
For a conversation that began as small talk, it has taken quite a turn for the philosophical.
if that's the
Still,
case,
I think it would be best if...
Sorry.
Still, I think it would be best if lots of people could live in peace with hope.
Let's see.
Many people have shared that wish deep within their hearts since the dawn of time.
It would be nice if that wish came true one day.
Yes.
Not unlike how your paradise is mundane to me. It's quite difficult for everyone to find happiness. Attributes have increased. Okay, let's do this. 6 again. Okay, let's lay on this space.
here we
Phew!
go.
For an enemy epic, I have no complaints. There was so much hentai and so much fun. Dare I say, movie of the year has been decided. There's also the fact that Hope Speak Up alumnus was on the main staff.
I see.
Even
yes.
from an anthropological perspective, the interpretation of themes was fascinating.
Yes.
To think the protagonist's sisters were involved with the island's dragon of legend. Of course you'd be drawn to the sisters, Korekiyo. Korekiyo during the film. The protagonist is having a conversation with any one of his sisters. And Korekiyo is yelling, "Why aren't you kissing? Kiss! 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 Kiss!"
Mr. Singuchi, why are you yelling kids? They're related to each other.
Exactly, that's the point. That's the point, Hifumi. Why aren't they kissing? 0 stars.
Oh, Mr. Singuchi, it would seem you have much commentary on the film.
Let's see.
I realize I'm quite ordinary, but this film struck something of a chord with me.
Ah, so you're Moe for sisters. Older sisters or younger? Choose wisely, for this may be war.
I love how Hifumi is able to compete with a guy. I love how basically Hifumi is able to, on a creepiness level, he's able to compete with a guy who in Danganronpa lore has killed nearly 100 girls because he has a hard-on for his dead sister. And basically has a sister personality to him. But meanwhile, basically, and the sad part is, despite all that, Hifumi is still a level above Haiji in terms of being a quality person. Okay, when you came back, okay, let's pick up where we left off. Punch me when I bleed. I'm not an empty seed. Yes. Still got the moves. You're back to save everyone. You're a chef around these parts. Okay. Out of curiosity, is that a song from an anime? And hey, Komi, speaking of anime, we're dealing with Korekiyo Senguji, aka a guy with a sister complex.
No.
No, it's nothing of the sort.
Don't tell me you're Moe for dragons. To favor non-humans is hardcore indeed.
Yeah, and then Hifumi starts the war.
I personally am a furry myself, but we can have some furry scaly alliance.
Listen.
It's nothing like that either. And the moe of which you speak of is altogether alien to me.
People don't really talk about Moe these days. Do I sound like a boomer if I say it?
Yeah, in that case, Hifumi, just too bad Haiji Toa isn't on this island, because you two could easily talk about moe for hours. Haiji would be the king of the moe.
The concept of Moe is engraved deeply into my soul. I'm not some kind of old-school otaku poser.
No.
I'm afraid that's not what I meant either. Oh, my apologies. In the afterglow of such a masterpiece, my excitement can't be quelled.
Yes,
I shall pop a cool down. Would you care to discuss your interpretation of the film with me? In a sincere and scholarly manner, of course.
I
I
see.
see.
yes.
I shouldn't be opposed to such a discussion. Out of curiosity, would you like to hear about my visions from my family tree? I hope to make it a Christmas wreath one day. Sincere scholarly, including an intense debate over older or younger sisters.
Oh, now this is a topic Korekiyo could go for hours on.
You have a peculiar definition of sincere. You have entered a world you have no knowledge of, my friend.
You didn't even read all of it properly. Well, frankly, that is the way of Oh, you meant that song. Okay, I'll read the song from the beginning then. Let's pick up where we left off. Punch me, I bleed. I'm not an empty seat. I'm back. Still got them booze. I'm back to save every one of you. I'm the sheriff around these parts. Okay, I'm really enjoying this day by day. Day by day, I'm back. Go, web, go. I'm back. Shazam, tally ho. Now dig on this. Stings, doesn't it? Double time fly. I'm gonna put some dirt in your eye. I'm back. I'm back. Hits the wall. You're back. So, yeah, that sounds like something you'd hear out of Spyro Mouth, basically. Like some variation of basically you're a rock star. What are some ideas you have for unlocking new potential in your talents? There is something I have been pondering. How to build my super teeter-totter of death. I hope to one day expand my work globally or introduce Japanese anthropology to the world. Indeed, goals worthy of my pursuit. Writing and publishing a book. Shall speak with someone raised overseas. Shall speak with someone well-traveled. Chances are this will be Toko. Chances are this one is going to be Rantaro. Someone raised overseas, chances are this will be Sonia. I'll go with Toko. Yeah, Toko, I guessed right. Surely your works have been translated into a myriad of languages, I take it, Toko. Yes, I recall. My novels have been translated into more than 40 different languages. How impressive. We've so many talents gathered here, and yet few are published authors. I'm quite interested in hearing about your experiences. What are you trying to publish a book? Yes. The Christmas wreath conundrum. How to spread the joys of loving your sibling. I'm sure you could easily fill a book with all your research findings. You're not writing a novel, are you?
No.
No, I'm not. Although,
Yes.
if I'm so blessed with longevity, I would quite like to write a novel in my lifetime. Well, anyone can fill a book if they wrote about their lives, but a novel from someone like you would be one gloomy, bizarre novel, I imagine. Now then, love is all you need, it is said. In fact, I would like to write a romance novel. Okay, now the red flags are being raised. The warning sirens are going off. Basically, it would be so much brother on sister action. It would be yes, Korekiyo, just publishing, just sending it down to Alabama. Just Korekiyo, he sits by his book stand blaring Sweet Home Alabama over a boombox. Sharing the same genre as you sounds dreadful. Toko had a wealth of advice to impart on subjects of writing and publishing. Ah, it's a Spider-Man fan-made music video. Oh, cool. So, out of curiosity, was it a was it a parody of a song, or basically was it an original sort of thing? Like how the Joker song to Batman sort of thing was basically an original song that was basically created to capture just the dynamic between Batman and the Joker. Okay, let's see what other events we've got going on for Korekiyo. What other events? Come on, we need a Komaru event. You're not Komaru! So there are ruins here too, huh? This world seems to have been based on the real island, but I wonder if the ruins are intact too.
Let's see.
Who's to say? It looks to be contemporary design, so there's hardly any guarantee. As I've explained to you before, excavating ruins falls under the category of archaeology. Damn dirty archaeologists. They always try to swoop in and steal all my credit. Anthropology differs in that it is classy. It differs in its approach, so I'm afraid my insight is quite limited at present. That's right, you told me before that anthropology is the study of humans, right?
Yes.
Precisely. So, as much as it pains me to say it, I'm unable to conduct fieldwork here. If I were to do so, rather than inside a virtual world, I'd instead go to the real island itself. Thereupon I'd speak with the locals and get an understanding of their cultures and customs, and I would ask them why they don't copulate with their siblings.
You're right.
Cultures do vary widely around the world, that's true. I'm sure it'd be worth the effort. Ah, are you interested in culture? I was just thinking about how nice it would be to conduct fieldwork with you, Suichi. However,
Let's see.
to do so overseas would be rather overwhelming for a first time, I imagine. I think you're reading too much into things. I'm only joking. International studies isn't my forte. Besides,
However.
fieldwork aside, I have a genuine interest in visiting this island in the real world. Living here, learning about the lives of those who inhabit it and the traditions they built. My fascination is quite sincere, you see.
You're right.
Right, without the local people, it just feels kinda empty. I'd love to see the real island myself and meet all the people who live here.
Tell me your
Care to
thoughts.
join me then? An honest question this time. I've traveled far across the country, but seldom for leisure. This could be a vacation of sorts.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sure others would be interested too, so I'll try to ask you around. But it seems like a pretty high-end resort, so we might need to amass a fortune first. You're back tonight from being gone after your phone broke. Oh, what happened with your phone? Is it basically just your phone? Did you drop it anywhere? Did it short out? Did an update take it down? Because basically I've had it one time where I downloaded a bad update and it just completely frazzled my phone. Basically, I had to get my phone replaced because just this update just came on and just all my photos were gone. I couldn't call anyone. Basically, what would happen is I'd turn my phone on, and basically, it would just free. And basically, I'd go into the call menu to call people, or I'd go into the message screen to send a message, and it would just be locked up. The screen would just lock, and it would be locked like that for a good 10 or so minutes. So yeah, I had to get my phone replaced at that point, and it was just infuriating because I was like, all I did was update my phone. Okay, let's see where our next event is. You dropped it and it didn't turn back on. So basically, hopefully it was only a drop on the pavement, not the classic scenario of basically the phone getting dropped in the toilet. Thankfully, I have never had that happen before. Even though I am one of those people who does read on their phone in the bathroom, basically. Sorry to cause you so much trouble with this cold I caught, Korekiyo.
No.
There's no need to worry. It was a delight to read this book again, I assure you.
Wow.
It sure was interesting. As always, your recommendations are spot on.
I am pleased.
I am glad. Many have taken an interest in my book recommendations as of late. This pleases me. Okay, that's not exactly saying much when Nagito, Mr. I will blow up the island in the name of hope, Komaida, when he's saying that's good.
It's all
Of course they would. Your field of expertise is people, and that relates to all of us, right? people's hopes and dreams and traditions and the guidance of the wise people who were seeing them.
Isn't that right?
It was more than just an interesting read, but seriously, thought-provoking as well.
True.
That the allure of anthropology differs from person to person, yet another part of the beauty of humans.
Listen.
By all means, I'd be most pleased if you read another of my favorites and gave me your thoughts.
Yep.
Of course, if someone like me could be useful to you, I couldn't be happier.
Well then.
Well, I'll be off now. Once you've recovered, I'll introduce you to another recommendation.
What?
Oh, you're leaving already? Not to take up all your time. I'm just surprised to see you in such a hurry.
Let's see.
I'm hardly busy, but hospital rooms bring back rather unpleasant memories.
Therefore.
Frankly, Korekiyo, I thought they'd bring up pleasant memories, like you getting to first base for the first time. Or you spending quality sibling time together. Or basically you getting to second base. Or you having all three at once. I feel as though it's better if I limit my time here.
Perhaps.
I see. I won't pry into any of the details. Sorry for keeping you here. Likewise, I meant no offense. Please pay me no mind.
That's weird.
Korekiyo just now seemed different than usual. And why is he sawing why is he prying up one of the floorboards? Korekiyo, why are you building a seesaw? You'll see in due time, Nagito. Oh, by the way, bring one of the girls in here, though not Miyu or Maki. Okay, Korekiyo becoming smarter and smarter. Korekiyo getting that galaxy brain. Basically, Korekiyo, who basically uses the family reunion as speed dating. Okay, we did all the free time events, so now that's all good. You didn't drop in the toilet. Good to hear, good to hear. Thankfully, all your data was backed up through your Gmail account, except your notes, which has some passwords for things like your email under the Twitch account. Yeah, for me, basically, I keep my personally, for me, when it comes to passwords, I more or less keep them in Microsoft Word documents. That way, basically, they're easy. That way, basically, I can just go right into my folders, and I can just easily find them, and then just copy and paste from there. Okay, let's see. We're at the pharmacy. Korekiyo's gotta get that little blue pill. Okay, Korekiyo getting lucky. Okay, let's go. Okay, okay, nice. Yeah, but I hate when that sort of thing happens, when basically when you have an account, but you can't remember the password for it. It's especially bad when basically when you're more or less encouraged to get a different, when you have to change your password every 6 or so months, or even twice a month or so, basically just some very frequent occasion of, oh hey, you gotta change your password, and you have to change it to something different every time. Which is why basically I tend to be more or less along the lines of, if I have to do that sort of thing, I tend to have my old password and then apparand, and then basically just a number, and then I just increase the number by 1 every time. And then basically just keep track of the number, so that way basically just one less thing I have to memorize. Because I understand the whole thing of, oh, you gotta be secure, you have to be just prepared to protect yourself, but basically, well, with all the passwords that you have to know nowadays, basically, it can just be cumbersome. Especially when the one time you can't remember the password is the one time that you really need to get onto the system. And then basically you gotta do a whole big change up. You gotta go in, you have to make calls, and it can just be a real pain in the ass. Okay, let's see. Okay, get some ideas correct, yo. Get some ideas. Okay, I'm just trying to think of a good password story. Yeah, you know what? I can't think of a good password story in that regard. Yes, basically. Yeah, basically, the only thing I can really think of is this one time when I was going crazy over a password. Come to find out, basically, I had cap lock. That basically I was getting the casing confused. Here I am asking around a bunch of people what it was for, because it was basically something that was just a more communal thing. And instead of basically just having it where it was, it's just, instead of just the beginning portion having a capital letter and then everything lowercase, it was the middle letter that was capitalized, while everything else was lowercase. It was, which just that can just be a pain to deal with, especially when when you're not the one who came up with the password, when it was someone else who came up with it. Because for me, just all my passwords tend to be video game characters because basically, well, because video game characters tend to be easier for me to remember, and not to mention the video game characters I choose tend to be more niche characters. Basically, they're gonna be characters that basically you're only gonna really know if you're in the fan base of the series I'm in. Okay, go up here. Yeah, that's a good idea. You were able to log back into this account thanks to Twitch support helping you out. Yeah, I like it when basically all you really... Yeah, thankfully with a lot of websites, it's great that just all you really need is just your email account. And then you can just get your password back. What's even worse, though, are those times when you can't remember, when you don't know your username or your password. And just, it's this matter of confusion. It's like, okay, which of my 5 usernames did I use for this account? And which one of my 12 passwords did I use? Because really, just like I said, with all the passwords that you have to memorize nowadays, just, it's insane. And then what's even more fun is when you have these passwords for services and the like that are purely one-off sort of things. And they require you to create like a 12-character password with 3 special characters. And then basically, what's better yet about basically, at my workplace, we have it where just in terms of if you want to do some specific changes on for your IT stuff, you have the typical questions, basically like, oh hey, here, like, oh, what's your elementary school, or what did you want to be when you grew up, things like that. But basically, we have those questions for our IT. However, we didn't get to pick the answers for that. Basically, IT picked the answers for it, and they chose all these random sequences of numbers that they're like, oh, either remember these sequences of numbers and letters that are completely random, or basically, or write it down. That's actually where I got the, no, not auto. Basically, write it down, or that's actually where I got the idea to write down my passwords, because just what ended up happening was I needed to change something on my computer, and because basically I was getting locked out. I needed to change my password because I was getting locked out of my accounts, and basically I go on with tech support. I'm like, look, this is my computer. I need to get this password changed because I can't get into my email. And they're like, you need to answer these questions. You need to answer these random questions. And meanwhile, it wasn't even set up for me. I had to actually go to my manager and get it set and basically get this random sequence of numbers, get these random questions all set up for me. Okay. Korekiyo's gonna be a little stinker here. Korekiyo's gonna assert his dominance. Yes, did Korekiyo win? Okay. Your PC always asks you to enter a validation code when you log into your Twitch on PC. That could very well be because you clear your cookies, because whenever I clear my cookies, basically Twitch always does that for me. Okay, and like it wants you to make a whole declaration of independence as your password. Those security questions are ridiculous on this. Like, what's the middle name of your wife's cousin's son? And what's even more fun is when basically you're given a choice of 3 or 5 questions or so that basically don't even apply to you. Like basically, what was the first who was your first romantic partner that you got, that basically you dated? Basically, or where did you meet your significant other? Basically. Or my personal favorite, basically. Just, what is your favorite college football team? That was seriously a question that I got one time. Where basically just, and I'm like, okay, frankly, security questions I don't even know the answer to those first two. I don't even have the answer. What, you want me to go into the future to see just what it is? You wanted to play Smash with me the other day, but couldn't talk, so I had to have your friend Chitanda, who was visiting, do the talking. Yeah, and that was fun. That was a lot of fun, basically, doing Smash. Though I have to admit, it was a little weird, basically. Because basically, just the one reason why I was a little, if I seemed a little suspicious, I seemed a little wary on that day, was because basically the day before, I had it where basically it was that day of that off stream that I was talking about, where basically just I was dealing with volume paranoia. Basically, I had this one person who commented, basically, who came off exactly like a bot, basically. Where you know how basically a Twitch bot will come in and basically they'll just instantly post a link to something. Basically, I'm thinking to myself, I see that, I'm like, okay, it's a bot, and then I'm like, okay, hello robot, and then basically the comment was like, I'm not a robot, and then basically I'm like, okay, is this a robot, or is this really not a robot, or basically, or is this a person pretending, or is this the bot pretending to be a person saying that I am not a bot, because it would assume that people would not think that it's a bot. I don't know. Basically, it feels like like I said, just with how technology's going, it feels like Skynet's getting closer and closer each day. I mean, we have those robo-maids that you told me about during that one Pokemon Legends of Arceus stream. Basically, we're getting to that point where soon enough the robo-maids, they're going to basically start going on Twitch and they're going to start advertising for the maid cafe. Basically, there'll be ads in bot form and you won't know that they're bots until they start making 3 consecutive comments about the cafe. No. We're not going to jump to the robo-maid cafe, Mono Kid. Twitchbots in a nutshell. Want to buy followers? Insert link here. Plot twist is it was a robo maid in your chat. Yes, a yandere robo maid. Yeah, basically that's gonna be the future where basically you can program in different dere modes. Basically, for example, you could have it where just you have a yandere bot, you could have a tsundere bot. Frankly, that's going to be the next step in military robotic technology. Basically, they're going to start building an army of yandere robots. Because think about it, basically. Just make it where your leader is... Make it where the CEO is basically the senpai. And then have it where the robot wants to win in order to impress senpai. Basically, those robots, they would just go on a rampage. They would be unstoppable. Basically, just no one would be able to stop Yandere Bot. There's a festival underway where you can try things unrelated to your talent. We decided to play for Momotaro. We are in the middle of a performance. Momotaro has arrived at Demon Isle. The end of the story draws nigh.
So then...
Now, as the one inside the demon, I must consider how I shall chase down my foes. Take an initiative and ambush them. Set traps and wear them down slowly. This is more Korekiyo right here.
Perhaps...
That sounds like a job for me. With these traps, our victory is assured.
yes.
Feel free to use the tools looted from humans who raided the island in ages past.
This is
Can
exciting!
Momotaro and company survive the volley of despair and turn it into hope? Thanks to Nagito, the show is a great success. Green talent fragments. Okay, but anyways. Yeah, but just... This stream is definitely going to be going by a lot better than that one. Because like I said, that stream was just... I cannot get over how bad it was in my personal opinion. Just because it was the kind of thing where I was going really crazy over basically just what the volume was. Because typically I configure the volume beforehand and I'm so used to some certain volume level. But then basically however, basically when I was putting up OBS for this time around, making sure that it was all up and all running, I noticed that the volume was incredibly low. So I'm like, okay, what's going on here? So I'm raising the volume up. Little did I realize that was because that was a low point in the song and that my original configurations were all good. Basically, I have no faith in myself. That's the issue. Where I'm the guy where I can spend hours getting something all prepared, but I will not trust myself. Basically, I am paranoid about just how I am in terms of just overall functionality. Okay, let's see. Okay, Pufferfish Monokuma. Baltal Monokuma Urchin. Okay, nice, it's dead. Are you playing Smash? Am I playing Smash or Mario Kart tomorrow? Personally, I haven't decided. In fact, I'm actually yeah, I'm probably leaning more towards Mario Kart personally. I could also do Smash though. It's still very much in the air. Heck, I may even do Mario Party Superstars basically. It all depends on what I'm in the mood for really that day. Though, speaking of streaming, since basically Monday is Memorial Day, I was actually thinking of doing a special, doing basically a special extra stream, basically on Sunday evening, basically. Because, you know, why not? I mean, basically Monday's off, so basically just take advantage of it, celebrate. Yeah, though I may be doing a PC game that day, basically. Yeah, basically I may do. Yeah, I'm thinking about maybe perhaps doing. Okay, yeah, let's forge some equipment. Yeah, I was thinking that maybe I could do Banjo-Kazooie or Mario 64, something along those lines. Yeah, basically for Mario 64, I would, if I did do Mario 64 though, basically, it would definitely be via Project 64 because I am not. Why are you coming here? Monodam, why are you stalking me? Yeah, basically, if I was doing Mario 64, yeah, I would be doing it on Project 64 instead of basically the instead of basically the 3D Mario Anniversary Collection, because I'm sorry, it was horrible what they did to Mario 64 in that game, because basically, just in that version of the game, just the perspective, the resolution is just so off, because basically just, it's this little box, it's, because they're basing it off of the original resolution, whereas at least with my Project 64, I can at least get it, I can at least configure it to where it's filling up the entire screen. Though basically, I am kind of disappointed with the collection game, because basically, I had very high hopes for it, basically, when it came out, where I'm like, cool, okay, Switch remakes of all of my favorite 3D Mario games. Pretty nice, pretty cool. And then basically, come to find out, basically, Mario 64 had the resolution issue. Mario 64 had the resolution issue. Mario Sunshine has a weird thing with the controls, where basically the controls feel slightly off. And then basically just with Mario Galaxy, it just feels weird playing with a Pro Controller. Because Mario Galaxy was designed with the nunchuck purely in mind. When you're basically doing it with a controller, you feel like you're driving a car. Heck, I feel like I'm driving a car when I'm playing Mario Galaxy on the Wii than I do when I'm actually playing Mario Kart, funnily enough. Yeah, though, before you start saying, oh, you can use the Joy-Cons, frankly, I don't like how the Joy-Cons feel, because basically, the Joy-Cons feel so tiny in my hands. And mind you, I don't have big hands. I'm 5'6", and as such, I have relatively small hands, all things considered. Basically, and even for me, I feel like they just they're going to get consumed in my grip. And not to mention, they just don't feel like they have substance. Which, it's kind of funny though that basically the Joy-Cons have the exact opposite issue that I have with the Wii U gamepad, because the Wii U gamepad always felt like it was has the exact opposite issue, in that basically it feels like when I'm holding it, it feels like it's overwhelming my hands. Because basically, like I said, I have relatively small hands, and as such, basically, when I'm holding that gamepad, I can't really exert myself fully. Flip a coin. Play Alvin and the Chipmunks on the Wii. 3D All-Stars was a major letdown. It should have been true remakes like the Crash Insane trilogy or Spyro Reignite trilogy. Nobody likes the Joy-Cons, yeah, especially because of the Joy-Con drift. Though with the Pro Controller, it has its own issues, where basically, what I like to call the Joy-Con dead spot, basically. Where basically, sometimes what ends up happening is my stick has an issue where just sometimes it will either be not responding all that properly when I push up on it, or sometimes it will freak out and it'll start scrolling down. And you got big hands. No, you're not huge hands from Phineas and Ferb. Yeah, but basically, yeah, I'm thinking about basically doing something relatively short. Like, you know what? You know what? Basically, I may do some experimenting around, and basically and Sunday may actually be the stream that basically I confront where I confront my past. I confront one of my personal demons, basically. Where basically with Project 64. That or I could try streaming Psychonauts. Basically, there's a lot of things I could be there's a lot of choices, and it's gonna be a lot of thinking basically about what I'm gonna do. Yeah, but that's the whole fun of it. Yeah. Yes, get the surgery. Get the surgery for sister. For sister! Yes, Korekiyo has grown stronger. 226 influence. Korekiyo's growing stronger. He's gonna whip out that mighty 2x4. Okay, and I shouldn't have moved. Can I just stay in one spot? Okay, no I cannot. Come on, you know you want to play out in the Chipmunk. Frankly, if I'm gonna be playing any games like that, I don't have that game, and two, if I'm going to be playing games in that genre, I am going to be going with the A+. I'm going to be going with Cory in the House for the DS. Because frankly, if I could only find frankly, I am sad, because basically I have not been able to find a ROM for Cory in the House that works properly. Because basically, you don't know how badly I want to basically continue my playthrough of Cory in the House for DS, basically the greatest video game of all time, basically, because the game has its own charm. I mean, the music is actually semi-catchy. It doesn't look too bad. Okay, let's go on over here. Okay, nice. I'm gonna stay on the 2 square this time. Okay. 4. 32 fragments. Yeah, because basically the issue that I ran into with the Cory in the House DS ROMs that I've been able to find, basically, just for the first couple levels, it's all good. The game works as it should. But then when you get to the third main level, basically, you get to this section where you're supposed to control this fly known as Buzzy, basically, in a Star Fox 64, in some sort of Star Fox sort of setting, where you have to guide through the vent. However, when it goes over to the Buzzy section, the game gives me the black screen of death, and the ROM does not work. It freezes up. Cory in the House gets enveloped in darkness, just like season 22 of Cory in the House, where basically Cory, he basically lost the space-time stone to Thanos, and Thanos then put the world into complete and utter darkness. Okay, electric paralyze all. Okay. Okay, let's do that. More talent fragments, nice. 32. Okay, let's see how much we can do. Maybe Korekiyo can be the saving grace. He can basically be our secondary sort of guy when it comes to magic. Okay, 32. Okay. Skill. Okay, nice. Perfect. Electric paralyze all. I'm going to try also get sleep, because basically sleep can really work out as well. Okay. Yeah, I don't need that much sleep. All I would need is just, yeah, that could work out pretty well. And I could also work around getting... Okay, where are you? I could also get Fighting Spirit. And Cure Condition. Okay, good. Okay, that way basically I can heal people up. Okay, Fighting Spirit will still be my priority. You don't know why people are so obsessed with the game. Basically, the reason why people are obsessed with the game is because basically it's one of the few games that basically received a near perfect score on Metacritic. And basically, because just back in the day when the game first came out, it was the height of the Corey's anime meme, basically. And as such, people wanted to have it where just the game was perfect. So that way people would get recommended and they could keep up the joke of Cory in the House being the best anime, hands down, period, no debate. Basically. Though, frankly, no one needs to hear that Cory in the House is the best anime because, I mean, just, it's logic. It's only obvious that Cory in the House is the best anime ever conceived. And basically, so people just made where the, just go with these crazy comments like, I did not, in which basically they're like, my mother has been sick for 5 years, but the second I showed her Cory in the House of the DS, it healed her. She recovered, she gained all her strength, and she now has even more strength. She can lift a car up and just like it's nothing. It's been a wild ride, but our time here is almost over. We're having a bonfire as a send-off.
I see.
Bonfires have a long and sordid history of use in rituals all across the world. Human culture and fire. Such rituals are often dedicated to gods of fire. Throw Hiyoko into the fire!
You know, call me when someone comes up with a graceful folk dance and not this crass garbage.
Do you understand?
Folk dances began as celebrations for a successful hunt. It was important anyone could perform them. They may not be the refined performance art you're used to with traditional Japanese
You
dance,
see.
but they have as much historical and cultural significance as any other. It's quite fascinating.
I guess I can understand why people would care. Dance is an important part of any culture. But it's so fun to dance. At best, it's funny watching those idiots screw up the easiest moves.
Human culture truly is a curious beast, that it should allow one such as you to have friends. Hiyoko could never be my sister's friend. That moment when Hiyoko is officially off the basically is off the murder list. I love how basically in every encounter Korekiyo has with Hiyoko, she's instantly declared as not worthy of being killed. Okay, got some green fragments. Your anime wishes it was that good. Darn Skippy it does. But basically, Cory in the House, let me put it to you this way. It's a game that has a laugh track in it. Basically, they have a laugh track for Cory in the House DS. Basically, as if to say, this is a joke. Now laugh. Though, basically, with Cory in the House, though, basically, I'm not gonna kid when I say that the character of Juicer is arguably one of the most powerful characters that's on the show. Because, I mean, Juicer, he can juice anything. He can take a metal napkin holder and he can juice it. Just imagine what Juicer could do to you, basically, if he got his hands on you. And mind you, Juicer is known for his speed, basically. Juicer is essentially like Sans mixed with Naruto. Okay, that's not gonna work. Hopefully I can basically land on it. Come on, double, double, double. And I land on 2 anyways. Okay, encounter card. I don't want that encounter card. Okay, let's see what skill we have. Let's see how much it'll take for us to learn the next level of Fighting Spirit. Okay, we're going to need some red. Okay, 16. Holy crap!
What is it?
Whatever's the matter, you look as though you just seen a ghost.
Hey, come on.
Real talk, I thought I just did. You scared the short drive of me, Korekiyo.
Yes.
An honest person, I see. The bite of your frank words are yet another beautiful aspect of humans. Yes, of course, Leon has this sort of interaction with Korekiyo, considering that he has a yandere cousin who's after him. Seriously, that is actually a plot line with Leon, in that basically, according to the Ultra Despair Girls, basically in Ultra Despair Girls, you unlock an e-novel in which basically it explains what one of the characters from the first game, Yasuhiro Hagakure, was doing during the events of Ultra Despair Girls, basically the game you were playing through, which is actually pretty cool because basically it does actually tie in with a few story points there. And basically, one of the main premises of the story is that basically Hiro, he teams up with a girl, Kanen Nakajima, who basically is Leon's cousin, basically. And you learn in the story that basically Kanen is obsessed with Leon. And I mean, she is obsessed with Leon. Where basically and to the point where she has an entire diary page. She has an entire diary page where it just says Big Brother Leon, Big Brother Leon, Big Brother Leon. Yes, she also has that sibling complex. And then basically just Hiro, he finds the diary and he freaks out and basically outright says that he's entered Big Brother Leon hell. And then basically Hiro starts connecting the dots together, which is a first for Leon. But then again, basically it was a moment of terror because basically Leon connects the dots and he's like, oh crap, I'm with this Leon groupie girl who has this yandere relationship with him, and Leon died during basically the course of the murder game from the very first Danganronpa game. So of course when basically Kanen finds out about it, well, she doesn't react well and actually does try to strangle Hiro to death. Imagine a Zarthon stream with a laugh track added. Is that a guy or a girl? That is Leon and that is a guy. Not if Kanen Nakajima has anything to say about it. Oh, are you talking about Korekiyo? Korekiyo is actually a guy. Though basically, there is actually a story reason as to why Korekiyo basically dresses the way he does. Basically, yeah, I could, you know what? Basically, I have spoilers in the tag, so I might as well say it, basically. You know that mask that Korekiyo is wearing? One reason why he's wearing that mask is because he secretly has lipstick on underneath that mask, and when he takes off the mask, he essentially becomes his sister. Basically, you know that movie Psycho, where basically the guy, he's dressed as his mother in the chair, basically, and just he's obsessed with his mother. It's sort of like that, basically, except in less creepy and less rocking chair and more teeter-totters and more Korekiyo yelling apologize. And your talking in riddles is way too hard to understand, my dude. Oh dear, my apologies. Perhaps I should speak in a more simple matter.
Let's see.
It is unusual to see you alone in such a quiet place. Do you enjoy midnight strolls?
Huh?
No, nothing like that. I'm just here to scope things out. I got a real nice, ambiance. It's the perfect place to chat with the chicks. So there was an ulterior motive to go out with your unexpected behavior, I see.
Well then.
Suffice to say, as you predicted, this place is appropriate for conversation. You can tell? I figured you were just standing around here alone. Exchanging words face to face is hardly the only mentioned method of speaking with others.
Well.
It may appear that I am loitering here by my lonesome, but in all actuality, I am on a hot date with my dead sister.
Hey,
Oh, jeez! Don't tell me you're talking with the ghosts! Yes, I am.
Oh.
Do you not believe in the souls of the departed and other such things, Leon?
Hey, listen.
When you die, it's over and that's that. That doesn't give a crap how amazing you were. Ain't that why dying is so scary to people?
However,
Not everyone thinks that way.
you understand.
Humans worship the souls of the dead in many ways, and some attempt to commune with them.
Tell me your thoughts.
Surely you have visited graves and participated in Obon dances, yes? I mean, duh, I can't deny that. Everyone visits graves, and festivals rock.
Say,
Obon dances are based on Buddhist incantations to commemorate the dead.
do you understand?
Many of our daily customs only exist because people believe in the existence of souls.
Huh?
Sure, but if I'm being honest here, I'm more interested in the living girls wearing yukatas.
Hey, listen.
I thought this be your primo place to chat about chick while looking at the stars.
I mean, seriously?
So, what the flip am I doing entertaining your bullcrap about dead people?
Oh.
My apologies. I had hoped to speak plainly, but it seems I quickly reverted to my old ways.
Seems
Your old
like-
ways are giving me the heebie-jeebies. I'm about to get me some ramen later. I thought I was speaking about conversing with a woman here would make for a pleasant time. Right, sister? Yes, Korekiyo. We need to hear about you and sister. Forge me equipment, Monodam. You don't care for spoilers on the series that you don't even play or watch. Okay, yeah, that's good to know. Because basically, like I said, there will be plenty of spoilers with the improv that I do. Because basically, because it's always weird with how basically the talent development modes basically operate, and that basically they exist in a universe outside the normal Danganronpa games, where basically the Danganronpa games more or less exist in their own timeline. However, the talent development modes, they exist in basically a separate alternate reality, in which basically all the students from all of the games, basically from all three of the main games, they were basically in the same class, that sort of thing. Not the same class, but basically they were going to Hope's Peak at the same time, and basically and were more or less just could interact with each other. This venture turned out surprisingly worthwhile. Even my sister enjoyed herself. Okay, wash your hands after touching that oak fragment. Okay, fighting spirit. Nice, nice. Perfect. Resurrect all allies. Okay, we can also cure condition. Okay, let's see what else we have. Vigor up, endurance up. Okay, increase the initial awakening value. Endurance up. Okay. That or... Yeah, actually, it would probably be best if I just raised SAS condition. Okay. Okay, pretty solid. Okay, we've leveled up, got all our skills. Development complete. Yes, Korekiyo looking like he's getting really crazed. You don't know if you remembered or not, but you did you ever check out the Mighty Keep video that you posted in chat that describes what it's like for me playing a horror game? Yeah, I've seen Mighty Keith, though basically the videos were good and all, but just they didn't really resonate with me so much. Basically, when it comes to horror videos, I more or less watch I don't know the guy's name exactly, but basically the guy goes by the name of Fusion. Basically, Fusion with a Z, basically. Part of the reason is because he played Around the Clock for Bikini Bottom, basically, which is a horror game which is my personal favorite horror game, because basically it's on the milder side, basically, in terms of how things are. Speaking of which, once again, I tried to basically download Around the Clock at Bikini Bottom, and suffice to say, it still is not working on my computer, basically. I did some digging around, and the reason for it is that my laptop is apparently not powerful enough to run such a masterpiece of gaming. Which is kind of odd, considering that just Swimsuit Byakuya. Considering that basically the game does look like something you would see on a PS1 title. And Suichi. We got Neko Suichi. Okay. Let me just go in. Let me see. Battle mode. I want to check out what that Korekiyo card is looking like. Okay. Party format. Okay. Let's basically swap you out. See what we're dealing with Korekiyo-wise. Okay. Korekiyo is his level. Okay, yeah, I'll put Korekiyo in. Okay, swap. Oh, come on, I want to check people. Okay, 238, 281. Okay, 128, 139, 198. Sorry about that. Okay, Fortitude. Okay, 211. Korekiyo is more powerful. Okay. Let's give Korekiyo some items, and then I'll try out that other move. See if I can actually pass that roadblock I was encountering. Okay, optimize layout. V katana. Yes, Korekiyo has the katana. If only I could get the break on Korekiyo. Okay, let's try it. No, I want to go to the upper tower. Try to fight this tank. This freaking tank of evil. Okay. Gonna try to assassinate the pickle. Actually, no. Yeah, I'll assassinate you. No, punch you. Skill, I'll use an ice freeze all. And basically... I'll attack you. Okay, apparently the pickle is too powerful. Focus reduction. Nice. Yes, hit Mukuro. Mukuro is your target. No, I want to assassinate. Yeah, this is how you know I haven't done the battle mode for quite some time. Yes, fight the pickle. Fight Pickle Monokuma. Come on, no. Okay, assassinate once more. Let's try that again, shall we? Okay, nice. We got at least a coin out of it. I'll definitely be using that coin when we basically get out. When we get out of this mode, let's just everyone punch it. Save up on that mode. After playing a horror game, like that one, see a SpongeBob screaming after Squidward sneaks up on it. Frankly, for me, basically, it's just Squidward just yeah, exactly. When Squidward just walks up to SpongeBob. No. You know when SpongeBob, he's working the Krusty Krab after seeing that one robot movie? Basically, he hears the buzzer. I surrender! That is exactly how I am in horror games, basically. We're basically just... Sometimes I get so freaked out that I just run the enemy. I'm like, screw it. If I'm going down, I'm going down on my own terms. Okay. Okay, no one got cursed. Hooray. Yeah, but basically when it comes to horror games, for a lot of titles, I am not really all that good with it. Basically. Especially when it comes to jump scares. Okay, I have two people who can heal. Okay, let's ice freeze all. Okay, skill, electric paralysis. Yes! I know! And everyone died! Well, looks like I'm not benefiting from that. Okay, well, I had to try. I didn't even get the coin! Yes, don't even give me my coin, game. I can't have anything nice, apparently. Okay, speaking of which, since we're dealing with case 3, we might as well do one of the victims of case 3 from Danganronpa V3. Basically, we're dealing with Angie, aka basically Miss I will start a cult. Angie would definitely start a cult, and she would have her friendship card and her katana of doom.
Atu has spoken. Shall rest easy, eh?
Yeah, Angie's gonna try her cult tactics. Basically, Angie's just gonna knock on everyone's dorm door. Yeah, spreading the mighty word of human trafficking and Atua. Come on, let's get a social square. Yes, Angie going crazy. Angie's basically gonna smack someone up. Basically, she's gonna attack someone with the 2x4 because everyone has a 2x4 that they attack with in the series. Okay, That's the type of... Okay, I'm gonna do a quick look up just to see, I'm not gonna look up any details, I'm just gonna look up basically... Okay, I'm just gonna see the first screenshots I can see. Okay! I have seen what a screenshot is, and... Is that supposed to be a doll or a clown? Ugh. Swear, she gives, you know, basically from Kurt the Cowardly Dog, basically, King Ramsey, basically, return the slab. Just that picture of Emily, she looks like that. She gives off that vibe, and ugh. That episode, Courage the Cowardly Dog, always frightened me. Out of curiosity, I know that you basically, that you're pretty well acquainted with Nicktoons, but in terms of classic, but have you ever seen Courage the Cowardly Dog? Because basically that show is always in my youth. Basically that show is basically a mixed bag for me. On the one hand, I liked it, but then on the other hand, I was like Courage, where basically nearly everything freaked me out. And frankly, when I would see an episode that was relatively on the mild side, like for example, when Eustace got that hair medicine that just resulted in explosions, that was actually a mild one for me, and I'm like, yes, thank you. I will take that. I will take that with 1,000 times over. And basically, though, the odd part is that basically, yet I was one of those kids who was able to watch Invader Zim and get absolutely not, and just be completely level-headed about it. Just Dark Harvest from Invader Zim. So many people were like, this episode traumatized me as a kid. It gave me nightmares. Meanwhile, for me, oddly enough, I was actually rooting for Zim in that episode. I was like, go Zim, go! You gotta stop Dib! And then when Zim actually won the end of the episode, I'm like, yeah! Yeah, because basically, even though I was relatively young when Invader Zim was on the air, I was like, Dib's an ass. I'm sorry, but Dib's an asshole. Or basically, just let Zim be Dib. Just let him do his thing. But then we got Dib just constantly being Dib. Okay, yeah, we're all good there. We got all our items. Okay, let's head over to the top island then. Yeah, you have. You loved Courage. Yeah, the thing that freaked me out the most with Courage the Cowardly Dog was basically that one episode with the roach, where basically Courage gets jump scared, where they jump scare you with that girl in the room with the violin. Ugh. That one just messes with you, you know? Yeah, because I have always been just prone to being jump scared. Like I said, just with Slide 2, actually, with one of the most notable examples of my history with being jump scared being from Slide 2, where basically, in that game, where basically, I think I mentioned this in a previous stream, but I'll say the story again. So basically, if you don't want to hear the story because you already heard it, just stop me. But basically, what ended up happening, in the Sly Cooper series, you have it where it's a series full of anthropomorphic animals, basically, where just very human-like. However, basically, there is one exception to that whole premise, and that is the fourth boss from Sly 2, the Contessa. Basically, the Contessa is a big spider. And as such, basically, Sucker Punch wanted to be different with her. And that basically, instead of making her look humanoid like most of the other bosses, where you can at least sense some humanity, what they did with the Contessa was they actually gave her a human upper body, but yet they gave her the lower body of a spider, of a big spider. And then, basically, as if that wasn't bad enough, basically, they made it where just her eyes, instead of having normal human eyes, the kind that you would expect to see that you normally see with Sly characters, like with the exception of Clockwork, because, well, he's a robot owl. He's a giant robot owl that's powered on hatred and is immortal. Unlike most characters who have normal eyes, the Contessa has these big red eyes, basically. Red pupilless eyes. And basically, so suffice to say, the Contessa always freaked me out because of just how alien she looked. And then in one of the missions, you have it where you have to follow the Contessa around. and you have to pickpocket these plans off her, basically. However, basically, me being the young, rash kid that I was, I never paid attention to tutorials. So basically, if I didn't have to use the skill in-game, what would end up happening is I would basically not use the skill. And as such, I never used the stealth attack. Because I was like, I could just smack the guards around, I can win by just smacking the guards over and over again. So basically, and anyways, as I was saying, the violin girl. And as for my age, basically, I would rather just not say my age, basically. That's one thing I like to keep private. But anyways, as I was saying, basically, when it comes to the stealth attack, I didn't know how to use it. And for the most part, you don't really have to use it in the game. However, that one mission pretty much requires you to use the stealth attack, essentially because the contestants fall by 2 big guards. And you can't really fight them directly, because if you try to fight them directly, it'll make noise, the contestant will spot you, you'll fail the mission. So basically, what I would do, in that mission, I was just completely stumped because I did not know how to handle it. Because basically, how the game intends for you to do the mission is they intend for you to use the stealth attack, kill the guard in the back of the line first. Then basically, you run away before the other guard can spot you. You wait, you go kill the other guard off. You run away before the contestant can spot you, and then basically you go back, you pickpocket one of the contestant's items. You do that for two more rounds, and you get the mission. It's a relatively simple mission. However, basically for me, I never was able to get because of the fact I didn't use the stealth attack. So basically, what I would do is I'd try to do all these weird strategies of trying to fight the enemies, like trying to knock them off the ledge into the water, just all these strange things, all while contending with other guards in the area. So basically, and what freaked me out the most was basically how the game treats a mission fail. Basically, you know how in video games they sometimes have it where when you fail a mission, you get a sad jingle of sorts. Well, basically with Slide 2 and Slide 3 with Slide 2 and 3, basically if you fail a mission, the game pulls no punches, where basically it gives you this da-da-da-dump, just very loud, just in your face. And it's especially bad when you have it where where they focus in on the contestant's face, just the contestant, her eye, and just her soulless red eyes. Yeah, thankfully I did find out, I found a get around before I figured out the stealth attack, which was in the level right before that. The secret power that you get for getting all the clue bottles is this one-hit kill that basically that's known as the electric cane. So yeah, there you go. Someone hasn't played Sonic CD, that game over music is terrifying. Basically, the entirety of the North American OST for Sonic CD is terrifying. I love how basically the Japanese and European version, the game over theme and the boss scene, they're all happy. They're like, yeah, you can do it, Sonic. Don't give up, don't give up. Meanwhile, in the North American version, it's like, you will die here and you will suffer. You are going to hell, and this is the sound that you hear at the front door. Basically, complete with the laughs. In fact, basically, what makes it even creepier is that basically I was looking through the comments of one of the videos for the Game Over theme for Sonic CD, and one of the people who commented on it said that basically they thought that the laughs represented Metal Sonic, Eggman, and Amy of all people, basically laughing about Sonic dying, basically. Just reveling in Sonic's death. So basically, yeah, just them all standing over him, over his battered corpse. To this day, I don't know what they were going with basically that thing.
Huh? Angie, isn't that the swimsuit you always wear?
So,
Are you sure you don't want to wear your new one? I couldn't make a swimsuit that had a place to put my brush.
So,
Besides, this one is recommended by a tour. In other words, it's a divine swimsuit.
You got it.
Well, whichever one you're most comfortable with. I wonder if I could swim wearing my usual swimsuit too.
Is that right?
It's fine to bring your usual swimsuit, but you might lose your clothes in that case. Oh, good point. I wish we could bring whatever change of clothes we wanted.
But
I wish I wore swimsuits on the regular like Angie, so I wouldn't have to worry about these situations.
of course.
Swimsuits are wonderful. Imagine how convenient it'd be. You could dive into a pool on a whim.
You got it.
Right. I don't like walking around sobbing wet, so I need plenty of changes.
Hey.
You have some strange priorities.
Why?
Do you not like swimsuits, Kyoko? You'll see the light of day once you've worn one for a bit. And after I lock you in the closet for 5 hours until you relent. Nah, I'd be fine with it, but for Kyoko, I think it'd be a little too intense. Oh, are you sure you'd be fine? Oh, totally. It's not like I have sex appeal, so nobody get any weird thoughts seeing me. I see. You're oblivious. Come to my island, you'll discover a whole new you.
Yeah, that's not ominous at all. All you have to do, Angie, is just drink the Kool-Aid and sign over all your property rights to Angie.
Don't worry, it's nothing scary.
Yes, that's what Angie says before she kills you on her island.
You can take your solace in knowing that a tour watches over you. Menacingly. What? That sounds terrifying.
Hey.
Talk about your country's perverse culture. You'll wrestle and swim nude in writhing swaths. Yeah, I guess the people of your island can't not without being watched by a tour, huh?
Just a second.
Well, hey, you cut that out. Mew is ignorant of our divine rituals, but it's okay. Once you participate, you'll understand. If I participate, well, what would happen? You will die. Stop it already, you guys.
Hey.
Walking away would be faster than trying to stop them.
Yes, thank you for that special swimsuit moment. I spent a lot of time just talking about my past traumas with the Contessa. Yeah, Sonic CD creepypasta. Hey, where do you think Sonic EX came from?
The sea is lovely even at night.
Isn't it wonderful?
I'm reminded of the time I wagered my very life while aboard a cruise ship in the dead of night. It was known as the Nonoi Games.
Why?
Yeah, speaking of which, I have never actually played the Nonori games. I've never played basically I've never played 999 or any of the other games associated with the Zero Escape series. One of these days I do hope to get around to playing those games blind, basically doing a blind playthrough. I mean, I have basically the Nonori collection on my Steam account, basically the HD version.
Celestia, why don't you try looking to a tutor for guidance? Oh my, where did that come from so suddenly?
But...
After all, you believe in the existence of luck, yes?
Come on.
Surely that's because you acknowledge the existence of God as well, yes? It's simply a difference in perspective. What do you mean?
I swear, just bouncing between my Celestia voice and my Angie voice is just, it's something, alright.
Luck is something that is programmed into us from the moment of our birth.
Then
Some believe this to be the work of a higher power. I, however, do not, because I am that higher power.
right, dear?
Oh, I know, Celestia. Why don't you try to sacrifice just once?
Huh?
And how exactly does that relate to anything I just said?
Yeah.
Don't worry, I just need to draw a little blood to revive Ganon.
Fortunate.
That's highly the issue, and besides, if I were to offer up my blood, it would be to a handsome vampire alone. Though frankly, sad part is, just any story involving Celestia and a vampire would basically be better than Twilight.
Dear.
Though it's not like Twilight sets the bar very high.
Oh dear, what a waste of blood that would be.
Even Angie in her whacked out cult mindset can acknowledge that Twilight is a horrible franchise.
Are you okay with this?
And the sad part is basically, I know that Jacob is a shapeshifter, not a werewolf. Basically, according to Twilight lore, shapeshifters and werewolves are two entirely different things with two entirely different causes, basically. Shapeshifters retain their humanity, werewolves do not. Werewolves are larger, shapeshifters are smaller. werewolves basically require the full moon to transform, whereas shapeshifters do not. Don't ask how I know this. Let's just say that basically the things I do for people.
The feeling is mutual. I sooner use my blood for gambling than offer to a god at any rate.
Okay, what's next? Yes, Angie gets mugged. Angie gets mugged by the Mono Cubs. Because basically it's just what suits them. Basically, with Angie, that voice just came to me when I first encountered her. Whereas with Celeste, where with Celestia though, her voice actually got changed for this when I got to this game. Funnily enough. Actually, no, I think I changed it when I was doing talent development mode in V3. Essentially, my original Celestia voice was actually very different. It was actually closer to what I used for my Kyoko voice. But I changed it up basically later down the lines because I was like, you know what? I think that would be a good opportunity to change up Celestia's voice. Whereas with Angie, it was basically more or less just, okay, I encountered Angie, what voice is she getting? And it was more or less, okay, there we go, and Angie is trying to sacrifice Kibo to the ocean. Oh, okay, no, now I'm imagining something out of Rocket Power. Basically, out of this one episode of Rocket Power, basically, just this one episode always stuck out in my mind of Rocket Power, where basically just, where basically, where the Rocket Power crew basically, they thought that Tito had murdered Raimundo basically, when all actually Tito was just trying, and Raimundo were trying to just fish for seafood and the like, just so they could enjoy some crabs and the like, and it always reminded me of this one scene in that episode that always stuck out to me, where basically just where the Rocket Power kids, they're looking over and they see Tito basically dumping this bag over the ledge, and he's basically pulling it up and down, and then Sammy yells out, Sammy yells out, "Oh no, he's baptizing Raimundo!" Basically with just this absolute horror in his voice. Not that Raimundo is being murdered, no, that Raimundo is being baptized. And that just always stuck out to me, basically, just the terror of basically Raimundo, just the priorities of Squid, basically, just where being baptized is the worst fate than being death in the eyes of Sammy Squid.
I'm drenched and refreshed. Few things are better than swimming in the sea.
Is swimming really that fun?
I'd say so, but swimming naked with everyone is the best of all.
I'm not so sure about that. Kibo, you are naked.
Huh?
It's perfectly normal on my island. But when I tried swimming naked here, Monodam and me came racing over and stopped me.
That doesn't surprise me. Frankly, what surprises me is the fact that basically, apparently, is that Monodam and me hasn't had to do that to Miyu. Because frankly, I would imagine Miyu trying to break the no nudity policy first.
Atua once said, when in Rome, swim naked like a Roman.
But we're just borrowing this island's form. There aren't any locals who know the customs. Culture and customs are only established by people who maintain and share them, right? I.e. not you, Kibo.
Yes.
I bet Korekiyo would say the same thing. And I doubt this island's customs would be the same as yours.
I would make them the same as mine. Even with the humans to share them, Atua said Atua are the same.
I seriously have no intention of arguing with you over this. Kind of odd that Kibo is resisting Angie, considering that he joined Angie's cult.
Yeah.
I doubt anything I say would change your worldview anyways.
That's only natural. Atua said Atua.
That's right.
Humans and faith. Now that's a subject I'd like to get a deeper understanding of. But using you as a reference, I feel like I'll never be able to leap over that hurdle.
Nyaha, you'll understand one day, Kibo.
Okay, yes. I love just how foreboding Angie is. Like, basically, Angie's gonna basically shove Kibo in the closet. Basically, Kibo is not gonna have any mercy. No mercy for Kibo until Kibo can understand what's going on. Yes, let's talk to Junko. Double move guard, nice. Okay, it's okay with you. I am not gonna read through this because I already did this with Korekiyo this evening.
What's your problem?
I already did this earlier. Basically, it's not much. It's basically Korekiyo being like, oh, hey, we gotta find these treasures even though it enrages me. Angie's like, a tool will help me find the treasure. And then Togo is basically like, come on, where's the treasure? Where's the treasure? Atua does, Angie's like, I need to find the treasure. And then Togo's like, oh, you should know where the treasure is. And then Angie's basically more or less just, I will sidestep that topic. Alright, you're gonna head out for the night. Have a good night. You might see me tomorrow. Yeah, it's great seeing you, Komi. Though anyways, before you go though, I have a story to tell you about Angie and my personal experience with her. Basically, when I was doing my playthrough of Danganronpa V3, basically, I was trying to get all these events known as the Love Suite events. Basically, where just Suichi, one of the main characters in the game, basically, the main player character, basically, he can have these special interactions with his classmates where he basically gets to live out their fantasies if you have an item known as basically the Love Suite key. So basically, here I am, I'm trying to grind out I'm trying to basically go through the salmon mode, aka the school mode, which basically is where you can get special events, you can get social events, you get the Love Suite events. So basically, I'm trying to get the events that I didn't have at my disposal. And in one of those rounds, basically, you can also do dates with the students. So, and sometimes random students will come up to you, basically students that you basically don't have their dates all filled out for. So basically, Angie came up to me 4 times in a row on 4 consecutive days. Basically, in fact, I didn't even have to use a single day ticket on Angie because basically, Angie just kept on going with date offers. And basically, like I said, in one round, she just did it 4 times in a row. And I was starting to get freaked out. I'm like, is Angie going yandere for me? Yeah, and I'm thinking, did Angie kill all the other classmates? Yeah, but there you go. Zarthwom's history with Angie. With Angie Yonaga, basically. Yeah, which, like I said, I just found that absolutely hilarious. And just, meanwhile, just for the Love Suite events, I'm just not getting the event. I'm basically down to the last event. I'm having to do it for 30 plus minutes, just trying to go through event after event, trying to basically in the hopes that one of them will unlock. I had to play this car mini game over and over again, in which basically you have to run over people. Which you have to run over, basically. You have to pick up people. You have to basically run into Mono Kid.
Oh, hey, Angie, playing with the animals?
That's not
No,
right.
I'm not. I'm picking out a sacrifice. I was slit the chicken's throat.
Huh?
What? Won't you get in trouble? You sacrificed one of the farm animals without permission?
No, you're just gonna get into a fight with Gundam.
Because.
Atul will be angry if I don't offer a sacrifice.
Yoo-hoo!
But a blood ritual would appease him even better. Would you like to be the sacrifice instead, Kaede? I'm gonna have to pass. You know, my anemia and all. You are a wuss. Plus, could blood even be drawn for a private sacrifice in a virtual world? Atua exists even in the virtual world, so I'm sure it would be fine. Huh? Really?
Because.
If you did not, I would not be able to draw or carve sculptures here.
So divine.
All my works are created by lending my body to Atua.
I see.
I see, but I still don't think it's okay to sacrifice farm animals.
Right?
Gundam and Ganta often come here to care for them too, you know. Oh, you bring up a good point. I'll sacrifice them instead.
Well then.
I'll have Gundam or Gonta opt for a sacrifice, or one of them could be the sacrifice. Angie, get out of my head!
Huh?
Human blood is best after all. Thank you, Kaede. Did I just give her some very, very bad ideas?
Yes, you did, Kaede, and you should be ashamed of yourself.
The Gundam, Gonta, where are you? I've got something urgent to tell you.
Yes, Gundam.
Back, O foul beast! I will summon my barrier to protect me. Go, Jumpy, Sandy, protect me from the crazy girl.
And then Angie just swatted them out of the air like flies. Yes, Angie likes me in a very creepy way. Just Angie, just Angie, just Angie, just Angie.
So how about
Can you help me with my assignment, Monami? Not that you help a shunned person like me.
Leave it to me.
That's not at all. I'll do whatever I can do to help.
Huh?
What? Wait, really? You'll be a prop for my diorama with all of the dead bodies? I'm pretty sure you just said something highly disturbing.
Oh, I'm glad you're giving more than me attention. Atua says she'll make for an interesting ingredient.
Ingredients?
Oh.
Huh? So you have a god on your side? It's kind of messed up that God has the same opinion as me.
See?
It would be so hard to be favored by a god. I'd have to work really hard to keep them happy.
It'll be okay.
There's no need to worry, Jotaro. Atua understands you very well.
Cause Atua
And he is not a big fan of you. Regardless, he watches over you vigilantly.
But really? Would someone really do that? Cult recruitment wasn't what I had in mind.
Well, cult recruitment is what I had in mind.
So this god hates me. Then it's okay if I keep doing things that make him mad, right?
So how
Like
about it?
Monami has your god's attention. So what if I nabbed her? What? The subject is back to me now?
But
Oh dear, I'm not sure about that. Atua found Monami first at all. And you're already on his bad side. So he must decide to strike you down with divine punishment.
Sounds like this god really hates me. I'll be taking Monami now and locking her in my steamer trunk.
Stop
Oh, no, fighting over me, please. What happened to my say in the matter? You never had a say, Monami. You never have a say. Attributes increased. Okay, I think I have another one. 1, 2, 3. Yep, sure enough. Okay. Let's go over here. Angie, you mentioned being born and raised on an island in the ocean, right?
Oh yeah.
That's right. This island reminds me of my homeland ever so slightly.
Wow.
Wow, that's fascinating. Would you mind telling me about your homeland?
All right.
As fellow foreign exchange students from distant lands, I always did want to discuss our homelands.
Yeah, why certainly. In exchange, will you offer a sacrifice?
A sacrifice? You often say that word, but
Well.
is this sacrifice you speak of a body part, full body, or some kind of substitute?
Just a little blood. A sacrifice is different in your country, Sonia.
Yes.
In one region of Nova Selic, when a child's life is in serious peril,
Well.
offering up a properly raised makango and praying for protection of the child is a little custom.
Mhm.
Oh, that would be a substitute sacrifice. So Atua desires you a local favor, as I see.
I see.
In some countries, there are tales of sacrificing humans and praying to keep buildings erect.
Oh.
Ah, that would be a full body sacrifice. Atua does seek a large offering from time to time. This has been a most fascinating discussion. Maybe we can talk again sometime.
Of course.
Why, certainly, I'd love to discuss cultures, customs, and cuisine as well.
Of course.
All right, yes, and Atua, of course.
Okay, unlock potential. Sorry, I actually skipped that. I'm very, very sorry. Probably something like that Tua. Who is the next to choose its chosen ones? Okay, Atua wants his next big canvas. Okay, let's see who Angie's gonna recruit someone here.
Amazing.
I heard there was a round ultimate arts here, so I really wanted to meet you.
Mhm.
Oh, so you'd like to meet with Atua then? I was just curious what kind of stuff arts like you draw.
Thanks. Beats
Oh,
what you-
I don't draw at all. I simply lend my body to Atua. So you're like a spirit medium? Do entities ever speak through you?
Why are you freaking out, Komaru? You are a medium.
Atua.
I don't know. Atua is simply Atua.
Could it be?
So if I was possessed by the spirit of a Magnar, could I draw a Magna like a pro?
But
Wait, don't answer that. If I draw my own Magna, it's gotta be my own Magna. Do you draw too?
yeah.
I do, although it's a little different from the kind of stuff you do. But my drawing skills don't even come close to earning the ultimate seal of approval.
Yep.
Right. Atua does not draw Magna. Atua is not trash. Atua tells me that Fumi is probably is most familiar with Magna. I'm not sure I can much up the courage to talk to that guy.
Courage has nothing to do with it, Komaru. Courage has nothing to do with it.
I'm not sure what's going on with her. Not being able to hear Atua must be rough.
Green fragment. Okay, let's do this. Next one.
Hey, guess what I heard? Everyone is talking about it. You're trying to use that me-shaped rock as your canvas, are you?
Huh?
Oh dear, I've been found out, but it's not like this rock belongs to you, does it? It has my face on it and my name on it. If someone's taking my license, it's my right as a bear to take matters into my own paws. Besides, that rock never got my permission. It's clearly infringing on my rights. Atua spoke it, and he says that Monokuma has no such rights. What a cruel thing to say. It's so amusing you kick me when I'm down. Anyways, heaven or whatever might say it's okay to develop my form, but I don't. Besides, I'm already in my ideal form. There's no need for Monokuma derivatives. That's odd if Atua permits it. Shouldn't it be perfectly fine? No means no, and if I let you go nuts on it, who knows how it might turn out?
You can't do that.
Your great-grandchildren will pay for that.
Come on, come on.
But in your case, apparently, the girls who entirely focused on you and said, my kids will take it.
Dear.
That's because you have no relatives. Oh, well. No, of course I do. I have a little sister and my dear children.
'Cause Atua
Isn't that all make-believe? That's what the tour tells me. Sorry. You guys are so cruel towards bears that you'd even go as far as to deny me my own very family? Atua only speaks the truth.
I swear, Angie long-term does not do well for me. Okay, next one. Oh my gosh, is Angie having an Atua-based orgasm?
Hey.
Hey, what are you doing here? There's some really weird voices.
Oh, it's Leon. I was in the middle of divine possession.
How did
Atua said he's not in the mood for the hotel, so I came here looking for a comfortable place.
The heck is that? A new baby? Yeah, I don't know if I get it.
So you weren't chosen by Atua, but it is unusual for one to be so underwhelmed.
Hey, listen.
But yeah, please go with the Atua this, Atua that. I'm not into that kind of stuff. Yeah, you're funny, Leon. Atua doesn't care if you're into him or not. And if you say things like that, your great-grandchildren will be cursed.
Hey, come
Hey,
on.
leave my family out of this. Frankly, considering Leon's love perspectives, his great-grandchildren will be cursed, considering that they're gonna have the Christmas wreath
Hey, listen.
lineage. Also, how do you know I'll have great kids? You're care about the curse, right? There you go again. That's no good. You're angry, Atua.
I mean,
The heck?
seriously?
Why? You're the one being a weirdo. Leon, it would be better you stop talking. Even I don't know what the limit to Atua's wrath.
Hey, you bastard.
You don't gotta tell me twice. I'm done. This is starting to get straight up freaky. Yet again, I can't even imagine how you would be cursed now. Stop, just stop. I'm sorry for interrupting. Just stop already.
Rise and shine.
Okay. We got the big box, we got the little box. Let's go with big box.
So long. Farewell.
Okay, nice. Talent fragments. Though I know I'm not gonna be using I'm not gonna be using Angie. I'm not gonna be using her in my active party team. Okay.
A hot finger voice as the Naruto have official novel fan service series. A
Atua.
baffled one can expose us to nature, clearly one of Atua's creations with this island.
I see now. The energy of the dragon ruling the waterways of this land fills this spring.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
I can see it.
Yes, this image right here.
Swimsuit requirements aside, a co-ed bath can only lead to one conclusion, a fan service event CG. Oh, and don't worry, I'm only attracted to 2D.
But,
It would be better if we could bathe in our natural forms we were born in, like on my island.
Atua.
As Atua said, the soil is freed if one bathes in a natural form.
How foolish of me!
My sealed arm of dark dragon energy aches. It appears my affinity with this land is poor.
I won't
But a
let
supreme
you.
overlord must control. Oh, water dragon, heed my call. I shall force you to submit.
Oh.
I can see.
Well,
So many diverse worldviews. Hello, agreement. This is chaos, I tell you, chaos.
Why?
How unusual the weed of a two is absolute after all.
It
It
appears.
would appear the dragon of this island is served by an apparition that casts illusions.
I know.
Where's the sense of cooperation now that I'm one to talk? Not that I'm one to talk.
Yes, we need to hear your cooperation. And what the heck is with Angie's fortitude? I swear. 6 move card. Okay. Let's land on not that enemy square. We'll land on this square instead. Level went up by 4. Hooray. Day 20. Day 20. Okay, not you, but you. Right here.
Hey,
So you create your art by lending your body to a tool, Angie.
Yeah.
That's right. I am filled with this divinity.
sorry.
Appreciating such incredible art is too high of a hurdle for a nobody like me. But it's thanks to you that I can appreciate it.
Yep.
I can think of it as being left in the dust by art created by someone infinitely more talented.
Oh yeah.
Would you like to see more of Ratua's work, Nagito? I'll show you so much more if you offer a sacrifice.
But
Are you sure it's okay sacrificing someone like me for your incredible talents? As long as you have enough blood, yes!
Come on, come on.
I've fallen behind on sacrifices. Atua welcomes you. Think of it as a sales with bonus points.
I see.
That's unsurprisingly down to earth. Atua must be really easy to get along with.
Oh yeah.
Indeed, Atua is always watching over everyone.
Of course.
He
of
is watching
course.
over you right this moment.
How about
I'm
it?
not sure about that.
Oh dear, are you doubting Atua? In that case, you want to fight?
You can't do
That
that.
won't do. Atua may punish you, you know.
I see.
Atua's punishment, huh? I wonder if my luck would turn that into good fortune.
What do you mean?
Oh, I just talked to myself. Sorry. I don't mean to waste your time with my babbling. Okay, next. Roll the dice. Come up. Yippee, level up. 4 levels, 4 good. Okay, 6 move guard. Okay. We got all the events, hooray! Okay, let's basically double move our way out of here. Let's go. 8 spaces, perfectly reasonable, perfectly good. I'll lay on this one right here, just so we can get even more level ups. Level 22, nice. Okay, another 2. Okay, let's just fight this thing off. 418, nice. Okay, 200 Jabber coins, nice, nice, nice.
You guys are ready?
Yes, jump to the destination. That'll save me some time, and I'm more than happy to take it. Okay, let's do it. Okay, good. 913, we're in a very good spot. Yes, recover, Angie. Recover all your health. Boom. 941. 941. Okay, final island time. The final island has been unlocked. Okay, let's go over here then. Okay, get some blue fragments. I'm just going random. I'm not even going to be getting any skills with Angie, to be honest. I mean, what's the point? Okay, there we go. What's up on the shop? Okay, high jump cards, sell that. And we'll instead buy 0 card, 0 card. Let's see what we have. Final island card, 0 card. Zero card. Zero card. Zero card. Okay, leave the shop. Good. Okay, let's land on something ahead. Okay, sure enough, we're only going to be getting a generic Mono Kid event. Monodam event. Yes, give us some basic stats.
Rise and shine.
Okay, big box. Let's see what big box has to offer. Went down big box. Okay, kind of figured it would fail, but hey, no matter. Okay, good. 2 spaces. Triple move guard. Discard. Okay, use one of our 0 cards. Get 10 levels from that. Very nice. This rack could get basically I could get 100 levels in 10 days. Okay, more. 68. There's a festival underway where you can try things unrelated to your talent.
I'm tasked with working as a waitstaff at the restaurant, and wow, are we busy? There's much to be done, but the two is watching over me, so all will be well. Two has spoken.
Okay, take out the trash. Oh, you happy, Miyagi? First, I thought that was going to be a Nagito event, to be honest. That's wonderful. I can use hand with this amount of trash. I'm good at picking up trash and cleaning, but tying up trash bag clothes is pretty tricky.
I see. In that case, leave it to Angie. You go ahead and toss them out.
Come on.
After all my practice preparing sacrifices, I'm quite good tying trash bags.
Okay. And just taking take a turn for the creepy.
I assisted the janitor.
Farewell.
Okay, give me my card. Recovery. Okay, 0 card. Okay, 1 more 0 card. Yep, there we go. Level 88. Very nice. And okay, let's land over here. Tournament with unique rules. Yes, that is definitely something Angie would be suggesting. And that would definitely be a rule Angie would be instituting. Okay, nice. Okay. We could go over there. Yeah, this would be a perfect one right here. And let's hit you. Okay, we're surviving. Pretty nice, pretty nice. Angie attacked. Volatile Monokuma could not stand up against us. 1,000 Jabber coins. Okay. We have... Okay, apparently this isn't good. This isn't good. Okay, let's just get some generic ones. I don't really care what I'm getting. Okay. Come on. 1. Okay, what are we getting? Childhood Dream, Playing in the Sand, Building Sandcastles. Sand Hills. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Darn it. And I get 6 anyways. Hooray. Might as well go here. Get some health, get some influence out of this. Okay, influence. Okay. More events. Bottle. Right reply. Okay, got some more influence out of that. Very good. Thank you. Finally. Okay, sell that. Sell this. Okay, zero card. Zero card. Zero card. Zero card. Zero card. No more zero cards can be used. Okay, let's go. And a one card. Okay, let's just see how many different random events we can get. Okay, in front of the bronze statue. Ambush time. Okay, I'll delete the 6 card. Okay, counting Monica's until we doze off. Speaking of which, I'm pretty tired myself. Okay, got big boost in speed. Second beach huts. Yes, busy, very busy. Defense increase, more defense.
It's been a wild ride, but our time here is almost over. We're having a bonfire as a send-off.
Ooh.
Ooh, this atmosphere is simply divine. It reminds me of the weddings back on my island.
Sacrifice.
Yoo-hoo.
Teru Teru, I'm here for a sacrifice. And now, don't mind me for asking, but I'm guessing meat for offerings or food won't suffice? Teru Teru, are those things that you'd consider acceptable as a sacrifice? You're seriously asking me? This is even freakier than being ordered around. So freaky, I'm getting goosebumps. I entrust myself to you. Who knows what you'll drain from me?
I don't know.
Oh, who can say?
Right here.
Why don't we find out? Oh, now that's a tempting offer, but alas, I must offer you my curry instead. I dined with Teru Teru's curry. The drinks and desserts were served one after another, and I felt soft.
Okay, might as well just do this. Get some 10 boosts. Everyone fighting. Get a piece of the action. Angie comes out on top.
More defense. More defense.
More defense. More defense. Monodam is Monotaro is dead. He has died. He is no more. Okay, yes. Tendy Bear. Angie just keeps getting defense for Tendy Bear. Even though I'm going off pretty much what Angie would be saying naturally. Okay. Let's do this. Okay, move guard. Okay, let's go over here. Okay, watermelon. Because Angie would definitely roast up a watermelon. Angie would roast up anything, really. Angie would roast up people. She would roast up animals. She would roast up kittens. Angie would definitely find an excuse to torch everyone. Okay, let's search around, see what we can get our hands on. Yeah, we'll go over here. And you love how we have to leave the island, basically, just to find our way through. And you would want that Aura theme. She would want that Aura theme every day, all day. Okay, let's do this. Okay, nobody can see what they're eating. You have failed. You have failed. Okay. No upgrades for anyone. Yes, get the surgery, Angie. Get the surgery. Atua's with you, Angie. Atua has failed you, Angie. Atua wanted you gone, Angie. Atua wanted you. Atua just wanted you gone. He wanted you gone, Angie. No more Angie. Atua basically is seen to it. Okay, attributes have decreased all around the board. Hooray! Hooray indeed. Roll that dice. Okay. Yes, clean out the closet. Make a wish, Angie. Make a wish. Okay, yes. The cows. The cows have come. 131, yeah, 131. No, this mostly is gonna end. It's gonna end very shortly. So why bother? Why bother?
So long.
Okay, day 50. Okay, might as well do this. Okay, yeah, we'll go down here. Okay, 5.
Rise and shine, Ursine.
I'm not really going to be using these, so why not? Just go with big box. It's always big box all the time. Okay. Okay, everything's good.
Everything went perfectly. And it's all because of Atua's watchful eye.
Okay. You know what? Yeah, I'll just do some Rise. I'll basically Fighting Spirit. Okay. And basically, yeah. Okay, there we go. Development complete. Angie's won. Angie saved the day. Usami Flower. 4 coins? Man, I am a lucky boy tonight. Okay. Swimsuit Nagisa. Okay, Leon. Teru. And who are we going to be getting this time? Tenko. Okay. Okay, no more Usami Flower. Okay, good. We have time for one more, I believe. Just let me look through things out of curiosity. Let me just see what things are looking. Okay, we have not. Okay, in terms of V1, we still have Taka, who's gonna be endgame. We also have Byakuya, Mondo, Leon, Ifumi, Sayaka, Kyoko, Hina, Togo, Jensei Jack, Sakura, Celeste, Junko. Basically, the grand bulk of Danganronpa, the first Danganronpa game. Then, in terms of the second one, it should be a little better. We have Nagito, Tugami, who basically is going to be getting one with Byakuya. Okay, we have Nekomaru. We have Fuyuhiko still, as well as Akane and Chiaki. and Hiyoko, Mikan, Ibuki, Peko. Ultra Spare Girls, we have Masaru, Kotaka, who basically, I could just knock them out in their own episode, and then boom, we have Ultra Spare Girls all done. And then I wouldn't have to worry about that anymore. And then in terms of basically V3, we have Ryoma, we have Rantaro, we have Tenko, and we have Kaede. Tenko is going to be the final episode, so basically in terms of V3, we only have Ryoma, Rantaro, and Kaede left. So basically, basically what I could do is, I could have a thing where in this episode, I finish off with Kaede because I was going to do Kaede anyways, and then basically I can work things around basically in terms of just possibly working on knocking out V3 and Ultra Despair Girls basically is the next one. Basically, then we have 2 groups down, and then we have just 2 more rounds to go. Can't believe it. Okay, Kaede. Okay, let's just start training. I'm not gonna get any new items.
All right.
I will never stop playing the piano, of course, but a little variety wouldn't hurt, I suppose.
Begin! Okay. Make a beeline for those social squares, because that's how I do things. Okay, nice, that's what I wanted. Okay, card. Defense card. Okay. Shop card. Okay. Let's buy Tiger Scroll. Okay, we'll also buy Mage Rod. And we'll also buy basically the gold undies. That would work out. Okay. Okay, what we land on. Okay, let's just get a level up. Okay, we get 1 card.
Kaede, I listened to that recital CD I borrowed yesterday.
Huh?
Oh, and you already listened to it? I don't know much about classical music. Usually it just puts me asleep.
But
But your performance was so good, not only did I not fall asleep, I cried about halfway through. It gave me a sense of fulfillment, like staying up all night reading a Machna masterpiece. That sounds like you enjoyed it. That's great.
but
Ultimates really are amazing. I mean, I knew that, just not like this. Tenko's books are interesting too. When you consider all the towns gathered here, doesn't my brother seem really out of place? Suddenly I'm kind of worried about him.
huh?
Makoto, I'm not sure what goes on in class, but everyone seems to like him plenty.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm always seeing him with other people, so I doubt he's out of place there at all. What? Really?
You know?
From what I've seen, yep, maybe he's the kind who makes other people feel at ease around him. I guess. I do feel more or less when I'm with him. A laid back type, huh? He's probably popular with the girls, too.
No.
That can't be right. He's completely and utterly ordinary. I see. Does the thought of someone else taking a liking to your brother make you lonely? That's not it. I don't have a brother complex, seriously. And then Korekiyo, he emerges from the brush. Did somebody say brother complex? Because that's right up my alley.
That's not
Tenko
it.
teases me the same way, and she's wrong, and you're wrong too, darn it.
Huh?
I got it. I'm sorry about it. Yes, Kaede, don't insult what is beautiful in the world.
Okay, let's move out. Okay. Let's go over here. Mono Sludge attacks, Mono Sludge punches. Okay, very nice, very good. 200 Jabber coins, very good. Okay, let's go over here. Okay, attack. Okay, nice. Defeat the Beast Tiger. Okay, got a level up. Okay, let's do this. Okay, turn up. Here's the social square.
I see.
Wow, you really know a lot about this, Toko. Are you a music lover in disguise?
What's
Not
your
really. I
problem?
simply find classical adequate. Good morning, Kaede, Togo. You two discussing music?
Good morning, Suichi. That's right. Toko is quite a connoisseur, it turns out. And not just for classical pieces or composers, but even for performers and conductors.
It's not like I'm immersed in it. As a writer, I expose myself to the bare minimum of culture. That's pretty amazing. Personally, I knew nothing about classical music until Kaede taught me and yelled at me when I didn't know anything about Chopin. Chopin is a Chad, Suichi. How do you expect to wonder why a romance novel about a performer and conductor without research?
Huh?
Frankly, how much you want to bet that Togo had at least one line in there in which the baton is mentioned? Like the baton becomes a tool of kinkiness.
Wait, you wrote a book like that? If I'd known, it would have been at the top of my to-read list.
Who'd bother recommending a book to a piano freak like you without asking first?
I'm telling you.
Besides, I'm asking you to read it. Besides, asking you to read it just because it's about music just reeks of self-consciousness.
Really?
I guess I see where you're coming from, but should you at least try to promote it?
Anyway.
I wouldn't expect a detective weirdo to understand my delicate conflicts.
That's not true.
But I just said I see where you're coming from, and that's an awfully harsh take on detectives.
Romance between a performer and composer, huh? In fact, musician couples are hardly uncommon.
Ah, is that so? It's simply due to a matched sense of values or an understanding of each other's work.
Didn't you write a romance novel about musicians? You must admire couples like that, I bet.
My novels are entirely my own fantasies. Real life relationships play zero role.
You're right.
So some things can be written without knowledge, while others can't be ignored entirely, huh? It's only natural. Take detective novels, where investigative knowledge is a necessity. And yet, the murder motives and methods can often be quite ludicrous.
I suppose.
I can't argue with that.
Reality and fiction overlap in some ways and differ in others. That's what makes it enticing.
Your attributes have increased. Intellect, fortitude, speed. Okay, a 6 card. Let's move. Okay, got 5. I will take that. Go here. 2 card. Look on my swimsuit, ye Kaede, and despair. Such is my beauty that you tremble in my presence.
Yeah, it has, how do I put it, impact.
I took the word straight out of you, huh? You are witnessing the birth of Venus, after all. I guess you're not so bad, Kaede, even if your flatness is amplified standing next to me. Why can't you just be nice for once?
What was that?
Huh? Says the one who's practically compared me to a goddess is any upon Earth. Right, and that's your follow-up to be nice for once?
You know.
Geez, I guess this is what happens when a titless wonder gazes upon my graceful gazongas.
Why
You're gonna kill my buzz if you can't dig up a single word of praise. You cool with that?
I really don't care either way.
But why? We're at the goddamn sea in swimsuits. This isn't something that happens every day.
Jeez.
And I'm sure you'll be just fine if I leave you for the rest of the day.
What? You gonna neglect play on me now? I'm not that masochistic freak Slowco.
That's right.
That reminds me, you often do get into quarrels with Toko.
There could be only one. Now I'm imagining some Highlanders parody in which Togo and Miu have to be, where basically Togo has to fight all the trashy girls so she can become the ultimate trashy girl. There could be only one. Yeah, the lightning comes out. Togo wins against in a fight against Miu. Togo absorbs Miu's trashiness and gets the overload. Okay.
That reminds me, you do have. Oh yeah, I remember that. You two seem like a good match. It would be nice if you two could hang out on the beach together.
Fucking
I
moron.
am not a good match with that Uggo. Plus, despite being slow-go, she apparently has friends.
I see.
Actually, yeah, she seems to get along pretty well with Makoto's little sister. Hey, Kaede, you mentioned how I take things too far, and that's why I don't have any friends. So how come Broko, who takes things even further than me, has friends? That's effed up.
Jeez.
That would be pretty messed up, yes, but I don't think she's anywhere near as abrasive as you. Who cares? I don't know a damn thing about her. Don't know, don't care. I'm gonna lay spread eagle on the beach and enjoy my vacay. Tag along, use this guy today, and then Taka just comes up with a big sensor board to protect the children. I might accept your invitation if you talk to me like a human being.
Okay, one more time.
Hey,
Oh, no. Alright. Okay. Breathe.
When you're stuck in a bath, do you get melodies playing in your head? For me, it's my favorite classical music, pop, tunes, even music that doesn't exist yet.
Yeah.
Heck yeah, I do. Sometimes I even go with my dad songs in the bath. Rub-a-dub-dub. My baby came out in the tub. Wow, really? Unlike you, I can't compose music in my head alone. But new songs I practice do get stuck in my head, and sometimes I can't help but sing along. A live performance by Sayak in the hottest bath venue around. Hell yeah, sign me up. Baths really do work wonders. Even if you're exhausted, it clears your head so quickly.
Oh.
Yeah, and sometimes it gets you amped.
Yeah.
In fact, I'm getting amped right now. The melodies just ain't stopping. Bam bam deep, but then coming with the guy like meow.
I am so sorry. My boogie voice destroys me.
Oh, I like that. If only I had my piano here, I'd improvise and play along.
Sorry.
That was a bunch of silly nonsense. Sorry to interrupt you, Pookie.
No.
No, that was a sick groove. Oh, dum-de-dum. And then, yeah.
Pointing.
Come on, you sing it out too, Kaede.
Huh?
Me too, okay. La-di-da, la-la-la. And I do the reason, yeah, baby. Thanks very much. How lovely. Singing isn't my forte, but it's kind of embarrassing. But every once in a while, it's pretty fun.
Okay, day 42. Yeah, basically, I made Lumbabuki into when I'm finishing off the Warriors of Hope, basically. Because there is a good place for her.
Oh, hey, Angie, playing with the...
Oh, we already got this one.
Not right.
So I'll be skipping through this if you don't mind.
So divine.
We already saw this one. I add my comments. Kaede has to save the animals. She has to go Wonder Pets on the scene. Okay.
Oh, Kaido, off to your usual training session?
Got it.
You got it. Want to join?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'll give it a shot. I could use a little change of pace.
You know.
You look a little down. That's unusual for you. You worried about something?
I've been working on composition, but it's just not going how I'd hoped. I guess I still have a ways to go, huh? I don't mind the occasional challenge.
That's positivity is more than like the Kaede I know. I'm sure you'll bounce back in no time.
All right.
Oh, so once you crush that composition, think you can make a theme song for me?
Huh? Do you mean like an astronaut theme kind of theme?
Got it.
Yeah, something grandiose, like the distant sky. Grandiose, like watching Earth grow more distant.
So grandiose then.
Come on now, I mean it. That's the kind of theme I want.
All right.
I got it. I'll have to do some brainstorming. I bet you'll listen to it during liftoff, huh?
Of course.
You know it, and I'll totally get it played on TV and streams too.
I see.
Yikes, no pressure. So something like limited possibilities alongside friends, a wonderful dream that never ends.
Yeah.
Something along those lines. Yeah, I can hear it now.
That's what's up. You're gonna hit this one out of the park, Kaede.
Hold up.
But wait, this ain't just some anonymous commission. You're one of those friends too.
Got it.
Keep that in mind when you're composing it. You'll be my co-pilot in spirit. Don't forget.
And then Suichi he's crying in the background. But Kaido, I thought I was your co-pilot in spirit. And then Kaede has to give Suichi a hug.
You guys are ready?
Nope.
So long, farewell.
Okay. Let's do this. One more freedom event. One more freedom event.
Right?
Don't try to sleep here again, got it? You're not a bum. You're not Nagito. I don't care what you say. I'll do whatever I want.
No.
No. I'm older than you, so I have to look out for you.
Because.
You may think it's out there, but Monobis can be anywhere.
Got it?
It's unacceptable that kids camp out by themselves in the middle of nowhere.
Sorry for that wait, Kaede. It looks like the kids are in the room. Like the other kids are in the room.
Oh, that's good to hear. Sorry to give such an annoying task like that.
It's fine. I'm concerned too.
Yeah.
They sort of remind me of my little sister, so I feel like I just can't ignore them.
Hey.
Nobody asked for your help. I knew you were pushing grudge, but you're already there.
You're gonna
Controlling kids as you see fit won't be as easy as you think. We're free.
I was trying to control anyone.
So why come out here alone anyways? This doesn't seem like a great place to sleep. Or did you get tired while playing make-believe explore and fell asleep?
Hey.
Kids aren't as simple as you think, or you already forgot what child is like.
Then, did you have a fight with the other kids?
Ah!
I see.
True, there's one room for boys and one room for girls. It'd be awkward to stay after a fight, huh?
And frankly, what would you fight about, basically? Wouldn't you guys just take it all out on Jotaro? I remember once when me and Komaru had a fight and she locked herself away in a closet.
Hey.
Masaru, I'm sure your friends are worried about you right now. Imagine how they must feel. I bet they're so anxious and worried that you can hardly stand it.
You don't have to tell me like that.
Hey.
Let's go back together then. Make up with your friends and sleep in a nice cozy bed.
That's right.
I can find my own way back. Don't understand kids. Wait.
Huh?
How? Wow, he's fast. He's already in the distance. Little alternate PE isn't messing around.
He's headed back towards the hotel. Let's just walk back and check up on him.
Yeah, you're right. Intervening any more than we've already had will probably just make him rebel more. Kids sure are a handful. I can tell you really do have experience with as a brother, Makoto.
And then Suichi he's sad in the distance. I thought you would have came to me for help, Kaede.
Rise and shine.
Big box by default time, everyone. The big box. The big box. That is big. Okay, let's do this. Okay, one more time.
Damn right.
Okay, I listened to that recital CD you let me. Oh yeah, was it helpful?
Well, yeah.
Well, I just say that even someone like me was able to visualize scenes just from the sound. So yeah, it was helpful. I know even less about music than I do about photography though.
You know?
You don't need to know anything, all you need to do is listen and whatever you feel is correct.
Huh?
Yeah, whatever I tell my sister what I think about a photo, she gets all exasperated. She starts throwing things at me. I bet that's her way of fawning over you. I don't think she's that type. She's tsundere. Strict tsundere. Let's forget about well-adjusted siblings like the Naegis. I have a crime family, remember?
That's right.
True, your household arrangement is kind of unique. But somehow I think a little sister's feelings for her brother are pretty universal.
Right?
Otherwise, I doubt your sister would be so willing to show you so many of her photos.
I get it.
You think so? Well, I suppose a girl would know more about another girl's feelings.
Because.
If opinions were all she was looking for, she wouldn't be bugging you all about it all the time.
Well, yeah.
True, I'm sure any number of people around her could give her impressions and feedback. She'd be thrilled to hear that her brother was doing all this to give her better impressions.
Well,
No, she'd be pissed, not thrilled. That's the one thing I can say with confidence.
Huh?
Huh?
geez.
She'd be like, what? You got time to look at other people's work, but not mine? I get it. You must be close siblings. I think I'm a little jealous. You seriously think so? But newsflash, I'm not Komaru Naegi. I don't have a brother. I don't have a sibling conflict. I'm not Korekiyo. If she found out about this, you or me could end up stabbed, you know. Frankly, she did stab me once.
Huh?
What? See? Not exactly a normal family. I guess that's a bit unusual relationship.
Day 38.
Yeesh, you're so fast, Maki. Don't leave me behind.
So
I'm going at my normal pace. You've just gotten slower.
Huh?
No way, you're just going too fast, and you're way too willing to wear something you aren't used to. Walking around in a swimsuit feels like something you do on a resort, but aren't you nervous? You need to be careful about scratches when you're walking through the woods and rocky areas too.
Well,
You'll never be able to handle children if something as minor as that gets in your way.
Oof, touche. You're way more active than you look, Maki. Phew, finally some rest. I never expected to find such a nice spot tucked away near the beach. I'd love to claim it as my own secret spot, but I'm sure someone's discovered it already.
Yes, someone did. It was my spot until you decided to tag along with me.
Huh? I'm sure I apologize for that.
so what?
It's fine. It's not like I forbid you from following me.
Is that because deep down you thought it would be nice to bring me here?
Weirdo.
That sure is a convenient interpretation, but if that's what you want to believe, sure.
Yeah, I think I will. I could use a little bit of that fabled Maki affection.
I think I'll be on my way now.
Jeez.
Hey, I'm joking. There's no need to be so cold.
I'm kidding.
I'm joking too.
Wait, are you teasing me? Those are some pretty next level teasing techniques.
You don't know.
Maybe that's your influence. It's not like I talk to anybody else like this.
Girl, it's not fair. I'm not sure whether to feel offended or happy.
Weirdo.
You've got some strange tastes.
Wouldn't that mean you have some strange taste too if you're not hanging out with me?
I don't understand.
I don't think so. You're the one who decided to follow me.
Jeez.
God, you're too mean, and I hate that I don't know how to respond to that. Jeez. This is so weird. Being able to talk with you in a place like this, it's just so weird.
Got a minute?
How is it weird? Maybe you're the mean one.
You're the one who started being mean first.
Sure I was. Okay, one move card. Let's use that one move card.
Wow, this island has beaches too. Beaches as far as the eye can see, just like a tropical island.
And meanwhile, Suichi's in the distance glaring. He's glaring that Rantaro is making a move on his girl.
That's right.
Yeah, this one is different from the one we arrived on, but I dig its ambience.
Oh, they're playing volleyball over there. Come on, we should join them.
All right.
Sounds good, but first, Kaede, wasn't there something you wanted to do?
That's right.
Oh, that's right. I invited you here for a reason.
You know?
And that was this.
I see.
Notebook. What, for logging stuff about the island or something?
Yeah.
Yep, I have a map of the island, but I wanted to try my hand at making my own map by hand. I mean, pianos are my life, but friends still all call me piano freak for Bram's sake. I really take vacations, and when I travel for concerts, it's just piano, piano, and more piano. And then I'm in some faraway place I don't know, I can't even enjoy myself.
That's just like you, and you're fine.
Yeah.
But there's no rule saying you have to enjoy everything everywhere you travel.
Yeah.
True, but I want this one to be different than the others.
You know?
I want to absorb and enjoy everything, every moment of this island.
Yeah.
If I can do that, I'm sure it'll be have a profound, lasting effect on how I play the piano. I guess I really am a piano freak to the end, huh?
That's right.
I think I'm seeing why you called me here now. You wanted to consult with someone well-traveled.
Yeah.
Exactly. I'd like to know what to be aware of when traveling, and the best way to research new places. I thought you'd be the one to ask, Rantaro.
It's okay.
Sure. All my travels have paid off if it means being able to help you out.
Oh, right.
Perfect. With that out of the way, let's explore the island. What are some potential ideas you have on unlocking new potential in your talent? First things first, I'd like to make more people smile than ever before with my recitals. But a lot of people consider classical music too complicated.
That's right.
So what if I collaborate with some other fields to make classical music more accessible? Tenko or Sakura, Mondo, classical, and okay.
You know, I'm gonna do this one just because basically
See?
having it where basically the evolution of my voice is because basically my Chiaki, my Kaede voice, aka my default female voice, actually evolved from my Chiaki voice.
There are so many iconic video game songs, and concerts for them are only getting more popular. I bet if you played any of them on the piano, it'd be like hearing them for the first time again.
But still,
But what use will I be in your music?
you know?
I'm actually thinking of making a video game music melody album.
Yeah.
I want to carefully choose songs that flow well. And not only should they sound good, I want the listener to be moved too. I want to consider how the songs were played in the games and the feelings they invoke. Rage. Rage, Kaede. Lots and lots of rage. I have my personal favorites, of course, but your collection is a billion times bigger than mine. I don't think it's that big, but I can lend a hand if that's what you need, I think.
Leave it to me.
Let me make the biggest, best video game melody album ever. Shaki and I worked together on our melody album.
Okay, please, 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 just give me the thing. Give me the end of these events. My throats are getting a little tired. Okay, we got the end. We got them all. Hooray. You know what? No, I'm not going to get level 99. You know why? Because I realized, why am I going to basically do Kaede when I'm not even going to use Kaede?
Rise and shine, earth shine, so then.
Yeah, I'm not going to use this card for Kaede. It's a rare card. I'm not going to use it. I wouldn't even use it if it was a rare card. So basically, why am I even concerning myself? Basically, I should just speed right through and basically just make this video a little shorter, you know? Because, I mean, why beat around the bush? I mean, it's not like I have anything really all that pressing to say on the matter. We went through all the Kaede events that we could do. Lots and lots of events, hooray. Okay, good. Let's just use these 0 cards then. Okay, more cards, better. Okay, another card. More cards aplenty.
You guys are ready?
Nope. Okay, rest. Rest. Level up. Level up. Okay, rest.
There's a festival underway where you can try things that are related to your talent. Me, Hina, and Celeste are operating a drink stand, but we've run into a bit of a problem. Sorry, Thumb's very thirsty right now. I never expected we'd totally sell out. I'm glad it's doing well, but what now?
Celeste. Talk with Byakuya. Of course, Byakuya is advising.
I just heard back. The restaurant will send a spare head to deliver some excess fruit stock.
Huh?
Oh no, I would have gone to pick up myself. Now I feel bad.
Hey,
I should go apologize later. Thank you for such a quick response, Byakuya.
You had best enjoy this moment while you can then, because I'm never doing your grunt work again. I have money. I could just throw money.
Knowing Byakuya, he just put money in a blender and would just grind it up into a drink. Byakuya has a money smoothie every day, made of $100 bills.
Thanks to him, we survived a sticky situation. Yay!
So much, yay! Okay, 35. Rest.
Rise and shine,
Surgery.
so then. It's okay.
Mono Kid. Attributes have increased. Hooray. Okay, 0 card. Level 39. 1 move card. Rest. Okay. out of this space. Love how Kokichi's just hanging out by the ruins. Okay, rest. Okay, 0 card again. High jump card. Rest. Get rid of that high jump card. Okay. Okay, 4. Okay, another 0 move card. Okay. Level 55. Okay, stop here. Another 0 card. Watch how we get to level 99 by just recovering and using 0 cards. Okay, revive card, get rid of you, not even fighting. Yes, Kaede's just been standing in this one random section of land. Yes, yes.
Farewell.
Okay, another rest. Sorry.
I guess people usually sit around a bonfire and talk about memories and stuff, huh?
Talk about memories.
So many memories this summer. I'm glad I was able to come to this island with everyone.
Hey.
Keep in mind that it's not really summer. Not that I can blame you for being fooled.
Oh, Dad, it's actually March right now, huh?
Too bad I didn't get to this point in March.
Aw.
I've just been soaking up the Jabberwock Island vibe, and I'm sure it'll take me a while to adjust.
Well.
We won't have time to worry about that. Once we return, we graduate and start our new lives.
True, we'll probably be too busy either way. I'll be prepping for my concert tour immediately. It's just kind of sad is all. I mean, I can't wait to play piano on a brand new stage, but I wish we could stay here a little bit longer.
Now that's odd. You're supposed to be the positive dumbass. Why so gloomy all of a sudden?
Hey, that's not nice. If you have to call me a dumbass, at least call me a piano dumbass.
Right?
But I really am a little reluctant. Just goes to show how much fun this really was.
That's true.
I know. I feel the same way.
Huh?
Oh?
What?
You know?
Speaking of saying weird stuff, I'm kind of happy to hear you say that, Maki.
That's true.
I never would have said that back at the start.
Hey, you're admitting it. You're seriously out of change, Maki. Times change, and that can be sad. But one door closes and another opens. I gotta press on. I talk about the past 3 years with Maki.
Okay, talent fragments. And another 0 move card. Okay. Rest. Okay, another 0 move card. Let's see how high we can go. 71 by just using 0 cards whenever we get 0 cards. Okay, let's get rid of that 6 card. And get up to level 75.
Yeah.
Music has endless potential, and I must keep pushing myself to reach it.
Okay, development complete. Okay, Usami flower. 2 coins, good. Store. Okay, Yoko. And okay, swimsuit Usami. Okay, let's try that again, shall we? I'm gonna try the tank again, and then otherwise I'm just gonna go and I'm gonna grind some coins. Okay. Okay, defeated Cursed on Junko. Mukuro has been cursed. Hooray. Okay, skill, assassinate. Okay, 15 damage, 1-1. Okay, assassinate. Okay, let's attack you. And Korekiyo, you can basically use your Cure Condition. You can use that on Mukuro. Okay, let's do this. Yeah, look, that's Korekiyo's awakening face. Basically, just as if Korekiyo's gonna go attack it. Okay, now it's gonna... okay, what's happening? Okay, what I'll do is I'll go back to the lower tower. Floor 1 through 10. Basically, just do it automatically. Come on, let's do this. Wave 3. Okay, I'll do this a few times. I'll do it 5 times. Basically, I'll do it 5 times. That way we got 5 coins for the machine. It's not going to take all that long. Yeah. Yes, Mukuro is rocking the bikini. Yes, hello there. Nice to meet you, Kingdom God. Basically, so in regards to the Danganronpa series, do you have a favorite game in the series? For me, my personal favorite my history with the Danganronpa series is just relatively it's mixed in that basically I don't really have a specific favorite game. And that while I do like the first game in terms of the overall trials, I like the second game best for the story. I like the third game for I like V3 for the characters, and I like basically Ultra Despair Girls because the tone while it is gloomier, it does have a certain charm to it. The first one. So, you have a favorite character from the first game, basically? For me, in the first game, I would have to say that basically believe it or not, Ifumi actually stands out as one of my more preferred characters from the first game. Though I also have a soft spot for Chihiro, aka Chibi. I have always called Chibi just because. But when I first did Danganronpa 1, I went in completely blind. I didn't even know how to really pronounce Japanese names. So a lot of the characters got nicknames, basically. So, for example, with Mukuro, she just got basically, she was Valley Girl. Makoto was basically got Naruto as his nickname. Hina actually was just Hina. And Chibi was, well, Chibi. And while I learned the name, and while I do have the names to memory nowadays, I never could move past just calling Chibi Chibi. So you like the despair aspect of it. For me personally, Junko does have her perks as a villain. Where basically with Junko, she's essentially like the Joker on steroids, and that basically, even with the Joker, you can get some sense of logic behind how he thinks, essentially. Where basically, the Joker, he more or less wants to cause chaos because he wants to more or less prove that he wants to overcome Batman. But with Junko, basically, she just wants despair for the sake of despair. Even basically, if it means that she fails, that she technically wins because she would be having despair for herself. essentially it's all just a one big high for her. Yeah, as for the third game, basically, I have plenty of characters I like from that game. Kokichi is my personal favorite Danganronpa character of all time, basically. Kokichi just has such great zingers to him. And basically, he does capture he captures basically the jerk nature of Byakuya, combined with just the sheer chaos of Nagito, essentially, basically. Taking the two rival characters, taking what made them just fan favorites, and then combine them into two, and then basically making Kokichi just this omniscient student where he knows exactly what's going on at all times. And then basically I like Kibo, basically more or less just because Kibo has just this vibe that you just want to tease him all the time. It's like if you ever played the Ace Attorney series, just Apollo Justice, because basically Apollo just gives off these vibes of basically just he is done with life, and as like you just can't help but laugh whenever just someone is just cracking jokes at his expense and the like. Ultra Despair close second because the ultimate little drama, basically. Yeah, with Kotoko, basically, just I would say that Kotoko is essentially a more somber version of Kokichi, and that basically she does tread the lines between telling the truth and lying, and that basically, in order to really get what Kotoko is thinking, you have to really basically analyze the tone of the situation and just know how she operates as a character, you know. But basically, with all the Warriors of Hope, basically just they all have just those elements about them that you just can't help but feel bad for, you know? Though, basically, at the Warriors of Hope, I would have to say that Jotaro is my personal favorite / least favorite of the bunch, because on the one hand, Jotaro reminds me a lot of how I was as a kid, basically. Just, I was that weird kid, that weird quiet kid who would just say random things and basically ended up just creeping everyone out. But then on the other hand, so I can see where Jotaro is coming from, and not to mention just, so I can see where Jotaro is coming from. But then on the other hand, I dislike Jotaro because he reminds me of how I was as a kid, and basically, well, I received a hard time, to say the least, because of how I was. Now, yeah, so let's get away from negatives and basically go back to what I like about V3, basically. I would have to say Miu is also another character that basically just is always a good time, because basically, especially her final free time event, where basically she does pull scenes straight out of Family Guy, where basically where she gives Suichi pie with her hair in it, so that way he becomes part of her, basically. And then the chocolate with the blood, it just really just Miu is borderline yandere, basically. Just she's like a mix of a yandere and a kamidare, where basically where she has that god complex about her, but then on the other hand, just you mess with basically her bai, and she will cut you. Yes, Apollo is doing fine. Yeah, Apollo and his cords of steel, basically. Just really, where I wouldn't be surprised if you ever seen the Ace Attorney anime. Basically, they have it where just the characters, they can generate wind when they're in court. Basically, Phoenix can generate windstorms. Manfred von Karma can generate windbursts with his snap of a finger. Apollo, meanwhile, if Apollo ever got into the anime, Apollo, he would basically just one cords of steel, and he'd blast down the entire courtroom. It'd be courtroom number 4 from Dual Destinies, but just with no detonations, no bombs, no anything. Just Apollo would just yell, "I'm Apollo Justice and I'm fine!" And then boom, just the courtroom just it collapses in. Everyone's gone. Yeah, I could just imagine when Apollo was working as Kristoff's protege. Basically, Apollo was interning under Kristoff. Basically, Kristoff got a new answering machine, and Kristoff, he couldn't bother. He was busy that day, so he just got Apollo to record the office's voicemail, and just Kristoff then gets several lawsuits for basically hearing loss as a result of customers getting his phone and getting the answering machine that Apollo laid down. you would marry Kotoko. She is a cutie. Basically. Okay, hopefully you are around the same age as Kotoko. Otherwise, it would be relatively awkward considering just Kotoko's past trauma, what with people being gentle with her. Basically. Yeah, just going into that real uncomfortable territory because basically, I like how basically just in Ultra Despair Girls, they just do this massive jump where basically just, where with Masaru and Jotaro, basically, they don't really go all that out with basically what their abuses were, basically. They more or less just were very subtle about it, especially with Jotaro. With Masaru, you could get an idea of what he was dealing with when basically in his pre-boss cutscene, when he was just punching his arm over and over again until it was literally bruised. But with Kotoko, basically, they just hit you with a freight train of basically just what her life was, and just it's like, okay, this is something, all right. Yeah, and basically, that just goes to show you just how Ultra Despair Girls is just the darkest game in the series, basically, just... And then you have Monica being the literal devil, basically, just rolling around, plotting how to destroy the world. Frankly, basically, just Monica has a circle of hell dedicated right for her, especially for her. You know her secret words, and you're sorry for her accident she had back then, but you just love that pink hair. Yes, Kotoko would love her pink hair too. Basically, Kotoko would say that it is very adorbed. Basically. Kotoko basically just going around, where basically with Kotoko you get constant whiplash with her, basically, though, because just with Kotoko you never know, because you never know how to be with her. You never know whether you're supposed to laugh or if you're supposed to be feeling just horribly sorry for this girl and just give her a hug. Yeah, frankly though, all of the Warriors of Hope deserve a hug, except Monica. Monica deserves no hugs. Monica deserves to be basically shoved. Frankly, the entire Toa family, though, is trash in basically Ultra Despair Girls. I mean, between Haiji and Monica, basically, I don't know who could be argued as being worse. I mean, frankly, just, we're looking at, because it's just an argument that, like, who is arguably the villain here, basically, just Frankenstein's monster, which is Monica, or basically Frankenstein himself, who's Haiji, basically, just, Haiji, I like him as young as possible, just, seriously, just, yeah, though, I'll be enough, I don't have, though, frankly, when it comes to the Danganronpa fanbase, unlike most of the fanbase, I don't have this outright hatred of Haiji, basically. Where when it comes to Haiji, just sure it's kind of creepy the way he's like, oh, I like him young. But basically people also complain about how he acts like an asshole. But basically, frankly, considering what Haiji has gone through in Ultra Despair Girls, I can at least forgive the asshole aspects of his personality. Where basically, frankly, he had every right to be scared of the Monokumas, considering that one broke his arm like it was nothing. Not to mention, Junko killed their father right in front of him. I mean, Monica. Yeah, though Junko did indirectly kill Haiji's father, considering basically Monica was all, I gotta go Junko. Basically, I gotta have my bad role model. And then as for Monica, basically, frankly, knowing how Monica is, I would not be surprised if Monica was that kid who basically asks for it. Basically, you know that one small kid who basically acts like they're all that, and you just want nothing more than to push them, basically. But yet you resist the urge because you're like, you know what, they're a kid, they don't know much better than to irritate me, to poke me. But basically with Monica, though, Monica would just be calculated. You know that when Monica got that promotion, got that executive position in Toa Industries, basically, Monica was basically going to hold it over Haiji's head. You know Monica, she made Haiji suffer with that. where basically just I could easily imagine Monica. Yeah, Monica. I could easily imagine her saying something along the lines of Taichi just walks by her. Monica's legs may not work, but Monica does better work than Haiji. Yeah, though I could easily imagine, basically. Though, frankly, I am just a. Though I have to say, I'm a little disappointed that basically they brought in that for this game. They brought in Hiroko, yet they did not bring in Haiji. Because basically, Haiji could have. I know that Haiji is more of a controversial character among the fan base for the reasons I said before, but basically, Haiji, could you imagine him in this sort of world where basically Haiji, Mr. I don't give a crap about your feelings, and Haiji who basically is willing to just go off on anyone who pisses him off, just Haiji who slaps Toko across the room. Could you just imagine him being the adult chaperone? Frankly, I could easily imagine just Junko pulling those strings to get Haiji a chaperone position. But and then just Haiji being an absolute monster on the island, basically. Haiji bullying all the students. And basically, could you imagine just what basically a free time event between Haiji and Tenko would be like? Essentially, there's the event where Tenko and Hiroko talk, where Hiroko's like, you know what, I don't like how you're... Frankly, it disappoints me how you act, but I can understand that that's you. Basically, Hiroko and her live and let live sort of attitude. Meanwhile, Haiji, basically, if Tenko just called him a degenerate and just started going on her anti-male rants, basically, Haiji would basically just... He would have the philosophy of equal rights, equal fight, essentially. Haiji would just utterly fight... Haiji would fight Tenko in the parking lot of that restaurant. Yeah, then basically Monami would rush over, try to stop it. Haiji would just pick up Monami above his head and would start using her as a weapon. And then meanwhile, Shirakuma's just in the background just trying to politely tell Haiji to stop. And Haiji's just ignoring. Because it's just so weird seeing Haiji and Shirokuma being basically working together. Because just, they do have that odd couple sort of thing. Where basically, you have Shirokuma being basically... Oh, I don't like violence. Let's all get along. I want to understand everyone. And then you get Haiji, who's pretty much the exact opposite. You would F Mew or genocide, or basically Genocide Jack, aka Genocide Jill. Though, what's your opinion on Toko, basically? Would she fall in that same sort of... is it basically a thing where basically you consider Genocide Jack as a separate character? Or would it be a sort of 2 for the price of 1 sort of thing? Yeah, though frankly with Mew, I don't know exactly how to perceive her, basically. On the one hand, I would like to think that... on the one hand, I can't help but think that Mew, despite all of her big talk, I personally believe that I honestly wouldn't be surprised if it was revealed that she never had any sort of bedroom relationships or anything of the sort, basically, because people just get off-put by her. But then on the other hand, basically, you could have it where just Mew has more gentleman callers than the operator and has more diseases than a biological hazard research lab. We're basically just have a entire division dedicated to Mew, basically. The great Mew gonorrhea outbreak of 2018. 2 for the price of 1. Yeah, because basically, yeah, the only thing is that basically just, you never know how it would be. Because basically with that, given Toko's state, we're basically just, where if Toko likes you and you're Byakuya, you're in the clear. You basically have Toko... You have her undying love, her undying stalkerness. But then, basically, on the other hand, if you're any other guy and you look decently attractive to her, you're ending up pinned to the wall with scissors, basically. Though, from what I could tell, basically, just... It's more of Toko having a more yandere sort of thing in regards to basically Genocide Jack, given how one of her first victims was a guy who asked her out only as a bet for his friends and then just completely bailed and just completely left her hanging, basically. So yeah, it could be implied that basically Genocide Jack is more or less a defense mechanism in that regard. Though in terms of overall Danganronpa waifu material, I don't tend to go on to waifu material a lot. I would have to say that basically higher rank on the list would have to be basically, I'd have to say Hina would definitely be up there. Chiaki also. Okay. Basically I got, oh yeah, also Kaede, basically. Kaede, a good chunk of it because basically Kaede is actually balanced. I tend to have a more preference for the balanced types, you know? Yeah, not to mention Chiaki is gamer girl. I mean, basically, you can't go wrong with gaming, basically. I mean, gaming is just gaming. I mean, that's what we are. We play these games, we naturally affiliate with the gamer. Though basically, I personally just don't, though frankly, just, with a good chunk of the girls, I would not want to in a real life scenario, just a good chunk of them you would want to run away from, essentially. Because basically, for example, just with Toga, as stated before, just very unbalanced in that regard. Mikan would also be very similar in that basically Mikan where basically during her one romance event with basically if you get her maximum romance count in basically school mode in Danganronpa 2, she actually does propose basically making Hajime sick so that way she could take care of him forever. Basically pull something out of misery. She hobbles Hachime's knees. Seriously, pulling off some Annie Wilkes vibes. Basically, which definitely gives off some red flags. Just Mikan's poisoning your soup. And then basically, though, Junko would definitely be F tier. Because basically, why would anyone want to be in a romantic relationship with Junko? Because basically, Junko essentially would kill you for just the fun of killing you. Basically, she would, and the more Junko likes you, the more she would be inclined to torture you and make use of her, because if she's seeing you suffer and she likes you, that makes her suffer, which basically makes her happy. Real talk, you think Miu and Kokichi would be best friends if they weren't forced to be in that kill people school? Frankly, I honestly do. Frankly, when it comes to them, it's hard to say though, because frankly, with Kokichi and Miu, one of the big issues with them is that they both have relatively strong personalities. And basically Kokichi would definitely like to poke around with Miu. And Miu does not like it when people fun around with her because Miu suffers from a lot of confidence issues. Essentially, the only way you're going to be friends with Kokichi is if basically you're a relatively calm person who likes to go with the flow, basically. You just take the monsoon that is Kokichi. I mean, basically that would be, I would say that it's to a lesser extent, like, assuming that Kibo would be friends with Kokichi if it wasn't for the killing game. Because basically, frankly, with Kokichi, Kokichi and Miu, I definitely see as being more friend material. I imagine just Kokichi and Miu, Kibo and Miu more or less having Eda and Eddie, basically, the sort of dynamic that Jimmy and Sarah had in Eda and Eddie. I can imagine Kibo and Miu having that sort of dynamic outside of the killing game. Basically, that sort of thing. Yeah, though basically, yeah, and plus I always just peg Gonta as being more Kokichi's best friend in that basically just Gonta is just too pure to basically even even be bothered by Kokichi's lies. Basically, Gonta is just too good a boy. And meanwhile, just Kokichi can have his fun, basically. And plus with Kokichi and Gonta, they would both have one-ups on each other in basically the form of just while Kokichi can lie and he can outwit Gonta, basically Gonta could easily overpower Kokichi if he so desired, and plus Gonta has bugs, which Kokichi fears. Kokichi basically just having this natural fear of bugs, Kokichi's ultimate punishment was when he was locked in the insect meet and greet in Danganronpa V3. Yeah, though I could easily imagine, just in terms of just Kokichi and I know I'm going to be going to my ships right now, but basically I ship Umino, and basically I can easily imagine because I know that just you don't see too much interaction between Kokichi and Himiko, but there are signs that just they do have mutual feelings for each other, and that basically for one thing, Kokichi actually did go out of his way to make Himiko feel better, basically trying to get her to be honest with her emotions, basically, which is actually one of the kindest things Kokichi did in the story of V3, at least in the more overt sense. Not to mention, in his script, he did write out a whole thing of just telling Himiko he liked her. It's definitely seen that Himiko, at the very least, is warm for Kokichi's form, considering that basically she really wanted to believe that Kokichi liked her, and then not to mention just the bigger thing, when Himiko outright says that she was going to use her magic to make Kokichi naked. Basically, she wanted to see him running basically naked, because Himiko's pegging Kokichi as being naked, but one of the reasons why I ship them beyond that is basically that, sure, Himiko is relatively easygoing, she's very mellow. When she gets angry, Himiko can just get savage, she can get outright savage. And I could just imagine them basically going on dates, just ripping on people, just destroying people with sick burns. I could imagine basically Kokichi and Himiko, essentially one of their dates consisting of just harassing Kibo the entire time, or basically just harassing Miyu. Tell me more about Koichi. I was trying to say Kokichi. It's just sometimes my voice has some oddities to it. Especially when it comes to more foreign names. Yeah, but basically, like I said, just with Danganronpa V3, it also gave me some more humorous headcanons than basically the other games. Where basically, for example, with Gonta essentially just one of these internal headcanons I have is basically Gonta going on the internet and Gonta searching up the term ultimate gentleman, or basically supreme, and Gonta trying to search for how to be the best gentleman, how to be ultimate gentleman, and then Gonta stumbling across supreme gentleman articles, and then Gonta somehow getting red pilled, basically, and Gonta just spouting off all this red pill rhetoric, just without even knowing really what he's talking about, just with this pure smile on his face. And though considering what Gonta did in Danganronpa V3, just Gonta did sort of fulfill that through a prophecy. Or basically just Kibo being connected, or basically one of the reasons why Kibo is so sensitive is because Kibo is connected to the internet, and Kibo is just getting all of the Tumblr news, he's getting all of the Twitter news. Basically, Kibo has become one with the cancel culture, and as such, Kibo basically, I'm surprised, and Kibo even has the screeching programmed in him, given his singing. Okay. Tell me more about the ultimate liar. Well, Kokichi, he lies, though he also tells the truth. He tells the truth and he masks it with lies. But he also lies. He tells the truth, basically. Just That's one thing about Kokichi. You never know whether he's lying or he's telling the truth. And basically, which really hits you considering that all the trials Kokichi just is either he's bringing up absolute facts or, as stated before, he's just trolling everyone. Basically, especially Miyu. Just them insulting each other over and over again. Just, though Miyu kind of had several of those insults coming, considering just how she traumatized poor innocent Gonta. Here Gonta is, he tried to invite her to the insect meet and greet, and so she basically just trips down and just traumatizes poor gentlemanly Gonta. Gonta is too pure for that. Gonta basically, he doesn't look at Miyu like that. Gonta basically is embarrassed. He doesn't know how to handle it. He didn't receive the talk. He was raised by lizard people. Gonta was raised by lizard people. Yeah, now I'm imagining Gonta basically being connected with the lizard people. Gonta gets into politics. Gonta basically becomes a world leader, and Gonta just at the UN. Gonta just gets into a fight with people. People are arguing, Gonta just throws someone. That's how Gonta wins wars. Gonta just throws the leader and just scares everyone because they're afraid that Gonta's gonna go into the wars directly. Gonta's gonna be an army of one. His traits and what he likes. Kokichi likes Fanta. He likes Panta. Not Fanta, he likes Panta. Okay, anyways. Come on, punch it. Got the coin. Okay, I think that it's starting to get a little late for me. I'm gonna go spend these coins that we got. Let's see how much we got out of this, out of curiosity. 78 coins! Time sure flies when you're talking about Danganronpa. Yeah, yes, Tsugami in his anime pose. Focus Max. Basketball Kyoko. Kyoko would utterly devastate a basketball court. Okay, we got Mukuro. Basically, Mukuro just standing there with her takeout. Dealing extra damage. Taka. Damage plus 10. Okay, let's see what else we got. Okay, we got Chibi. Damage taken minus 10. Focus regen. And also damage taken. Okay, what's next? Come on. More Tsugami, focus regen. I want to go down. Okay, the damage break cap has been broken for Celestia. Okay, Nekomaru. Damage dealt plus 10. And Jotaro. Just those 3D sprays are that 3D spray is just uncanny. It's entering that uncanny valley territory. Okay, focus max. Damage dealt. Izuru Kamakura Yas Queen. And focus regen. Okay. Of course Samugi gets the breaks. Awakening bonus. Damage taken. Cowboy. Okay, Alice in Wonderland Korekiyo. Yeah, Korekiyo goes down the rabbit hole. Korekiyo is the rabbit hole. Also, another one of my headcanons is basically that Samugi is basically a Christoph Gavin stan. Where basically Christoph Gavin is her husbando. Because basically in basically the second case of V3, Samugi actually references Magical Turnabout. Basically in terms of just why someone would want to blame Himiko for the crime. So basically, that made me think, just basically, Himiko is an if Samugi is an Ace Attorney fan, basically Kristoff is her husbando because she dresses like Kristoff. And not to mention, she did some very Kristoff-esque activities. Anyways, yippee, Usami Flower. You mentioned he is scared of bugs. Yes, Kokichi is basically very scared of bugs. Wait, out of curiosity, have you played Danganronpa V3? Because otherwise, basically, I could be spoiling things for you. And frankly, I do say that there are spoilers in this stream. I do try to keep it at least a little lighter when I can, just because there is an enjoyable thing about playing the games blind. Ultimate Byakuya. Yes, Byakuya sitting on his pimp throne. Okay, and I think that now would be a good time to end things off. Anyways, basically, I really appreciate that you basically came by to watch this stream. I really appreciate having you, and I hope to see you sometime in the future. And anyways, if you're watching this on YouTube, I really appreciate that you stuck around to watch this episode. You're a great viewer, and I hope you come back for the next one. If you like this video, like, subscribe, comment, share, do whatever they want. And with that, I'll see you next time. Bye.